Arkansas Federal Credit Union. Now, let's head to the ballpark for the ITT Tech pregame show. Here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Phil Elson.
Live from Little Rock, Arkansas Traveler Baseball is on the air. Hello again, everybody, and a very pleasant good evening to you. Welcome to Ray Winder Field, where tonight Minor League Baseball and the Texas League present the Arkansas Travelers and the Corpus Christi Hooks in Game 4 of a 4-game series. Live on Air America, Little Rock, 1380, and minorleaguebaseball.com. I'm Phil Elton for the Travelers broadcast tonight. Thanks for tuning us in. Travs will try to wrap up this 7-game homestand with a victory after losing yesterday by a final score of 4-1 to the Hooks. The Travs have now dropped their last 2 games to Corpus Christi after winning 3 in a row against what was the top team in the league when the Travs faced Corpus Christi last week. Yesterday, the Travs losing 4-1 in one of the only games this year where they just could not get that one base hit to drive in a couple of runs. Travelers left 12 men on base. 7 of them were stranded in scoring position, and the Travelers falling to a record of 13-18, while Corpus Christi jumps to 18-13. Today's game will be the last time that these two teams face each other until the second half of the season, and the Travelers send right-hander Rafael Rodriguez to the hill. His first look at the Hooks, his 4th start as a Traveler. He is 0-1 with a 10.38 ERA, but Rafi knocked that ERA down a good 4 points last time out in a no decision against San Antonio. Didn't give up more than his second run until the 6th inning and finished with 6 innings and 3 runs total. You should look for a pretty good start from Rafael Rodriguez tonight. On the hill for the Hooks is another right-hander, Mitch Talbot. 1 win, 2 losses, 3.86 ERA. Talbot making his 7th appearance of the year, and it's the first time the Travs get a look at him, a former second-round pick out of Cedar City, Utah. If you've been planning on coming out to the ballpark today, do not fret, folks. Yes, there are some scattered thunderstorms throughout the area, but as of right now, we just have a little bit of a dark cloud overhead. We should be in the clear to get this game in today. There will be some heavy winds, however. Not sure if they're going to be blowing in or blowing out, but it may have a little bit of an effect on the ball game today. But this is the last home game of this homestand. Free tickets available at Little Rock area Arby's, and so there's still some time to pick one of those up, bring it out to the ball yard, and get to see the Travs. We'll be heading out on the road for a 5-game series starting in Tulsa on Saturday, and won't be back to Little Rock until 1 week from today. It is the ITT Tech pregame show here on Air America, Little Rock, 1380 KDXE. Your potential can increase with a degree, and you can create your own career path with a degree from ITT Technical Institute in Little Rock. For details, just go online to itt-tech.edu. Coming up next on the pregame show, we'll check out all the games from the Texas League, all daytime action across the circuit, except here in Little Rock. It'll be right after this on Air America, Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live, make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I take a sip, I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, stay with me. What's your name?
Robert.
Okay, Robert, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight down to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Open one, take a sip, and everything should be right back to normal.
Okay.
Don't worry, Robert. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress, headache, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Asheboro EMC, and my pain reliever is BC.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Welcome back to Ray Winder Field, where the public address system is going through the starting lineup for the Travs and the Corpus Christi Hooks. We'll get the starting lineups for you in a couple of segments. We've got first pitch about 15 minutes away. Phil Elson with you here on Air America, Little Rock 1380 KDXE, the ITT Tech pregame show. A reminder that earnings potential can increase with higher education. Chart a new career path with the help of an ITT Technical Institute program of study. To find out more, just go online to www.itt-tech.edu. Well, the Travs and the Hooks are the only two teams playing night baseball in the Texas League today. Getaway day across the circuit. And already a game been rained out. Springfield and San Antonio tried to wait 3 hours before starting their game to wrap up that four-game set. Well, they end up canceling it, and neither team will be able to make up that game. So Springfield, which had canceled the last game of the series with Corpus Christi last Saturday, and San Antonio, of course, they were canceled here in Little Rock on Saturday. Both the Springfield Cardinals and the San Antonio Missions will now just be playing 68 games in the first half of the season and will not make those two rainouts up. The other two games have already been completed. Tulsa lost their second straight. They carried a 5-3 lead going into the bottom of the ninth inning at Midland, where the Rockhounds rallied to 3 runs and go on to the 6-5 win over the Tulsa Drillers. For Midland, their second straight win. They go to 20-13, while Tulsa drops to 17-16. And with Springfield idle today now, the Drillers lose a half game in the standings. They're 4 games in back of division-leading Springfield. Midland at 20-13, now 1 full game ahead of second-place Corpus Christi. The Hooks entered today 18-13. Also in the South Division, Wichita defeated Frisco 9-4. The Rough Riders managing 3 errors in the ball game. D. Brown had the deciding hit. It was a home run in the 7th inning, his first home run since rejoining Wichita. Barry Armitage got the win, Jesse Chavez the loss, and Ryan Braun struck out 5 batters in 2 innings for his second save of the year. So Wichita now won 3 straight. They have pulled to within 2 games of the Travs for third place in the North Division. They're still in last, however. Wichita is 12-21. Frisco loses for the 3rd straight game. They fall to 16-16 and 3.5 in back of the Midland Rockhounds. We'll keep you updated on, there are no games to keep you updated on since all the Texas League games have already been completed. Let's see how the Angels will be doing today. Angels lost yesterday and to the Chicago White Sox, who've now defeated them for the last 4 games that they've played this year. The Angels, who were in first place just about 2 weeks ago, have fallen into last in the American League West. 3 straight losses for the Halos. They're 14-20 and 4 games back of division-leading Oakland. Angels will send former Traveler Irvin Santana today against the White Sox on the south side of Chicago. And the last time Irvin pitched against the White Sox in the regular season, he threw a shutout against the White Sox, and that was his first Major League win. Hopefully, Irvin can get the Angels at least to stick in the game. Angels have had a lot of trouble scoring runs recently. Taking a look at how the minor league teams did for the AgPro Farm Report, checking the Angels minor league system. AAA Salt Lake was a 5-2 winner yesterday over Omaha, with Reggie Willits finishing 1 for 2 with a couple of runs batted in. He also scored a run. Jeff Mathis was 2 for 4 with a pair of doubles. Eric Ibar and Curtis Pride also had doubles. Casey Olenberger picked up the win. Former Traveler is 2-0 after limiting Omaha to only 3 hits in 6 innings. Struck out 3 and also walked 3. Down in the California League, Rancho Cucamonga suffered an 8-5 defeat at the hands of the Visalia Oaks. Nick Green took the loss for the Quakes, allowing 7 runs on 11 hits in 5 innings. He falls to 3-2. Quakes did collect 10 hits in the game, with Cliff Rameau collecting 3 of those base hits, and Josh LeBlanc getting the only home run of the game for the Hooks, his first home run of the year. Down at Cedar Rapids in the Midwest League, the Colonels 9-0 shutout win at Dayton. Nick Adenhart a perfect 5-0 for the Colonels. The hard-throwing right-hander struck out 9 and allowed only 1 walk in 4 hits and 7 scoreless innings. Adenhart is 5-0 with a 1.65 ERA. Watch out for Nick Adenhart, folks. This kid is going to get up to Little Rock sometime over the next 2 years. Jordan Renz, Warner Madrigal, and Mark Trumbo all hit home runs for the winning Cedar Rapids Colonels. That is the AgPro Farm Report. A look around the Angels minor league system, brought to you by AgPro of Central Arkansas, located in Pine Bluff, Maumelle, Stuttgart, in England. AgPro is proud to feature outstanding John Deere products. In fact, you can sign up for a demo of some of John Deere's best equipment at AgPro's website, which is agprocompanies.com. Travelers and the Corpus Christi Hooks at Ray Winder Field today. gray skies, but a little patch of blue has come up overhead. It's going to be that way the entire night. So we are certainly expecting to get this entire game in and shouldn't have too much of a problem. Scattered thunderstorms through the area, but as we know, it never rains at Ray Winder Field. Coming up next on the ITT Tech pregame show, we'll take a look around the major leagues. Plenty of scores have already gone down, and the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard comes up next on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better because two great companies have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most, yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and SBC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with voice services, digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and singular wireless. Learn more at thenewatt.com. Introducing the new AT&T, your world delivered.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories. Hey, nobody said quitting smoking was easy, but others have done it, and you can too, with help from the SOS Quit line, 1-866-NOW-QUIT. They'll give you the help you need to kick the tobacco habit. It's free, and it's free of nagging and preaching too. So call 1-866-NOW-QUIT and get the help you need. What have you got to lose, besides the most dangerous habit you've ever had? 1-866-NOW-QUIT. Call now. We are Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE, North Little Rock.
Welcome back to the ITT Tech pregame show here on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE. Bill Elson with you as we take a look at the scores from across the major leagues. We'll get to those scores in just a moment as we're about to have the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner, and we don't want to get into that. As we wait for the Travelers pitcher Rafael Rodriguez to come down the right field line, we'll give you the final scores. The Minnesota Twins defeated Texas 4-3, with Joe Nason saving his 5th of the season. Kyle Lowe's defeating Vicente Padilla. Kansas City finishes a sweep of the Cleveland Indians with a 10-8 win at home over the Tribe. Angel Baroa and Aaron Guile going deep, while Ambiori Burgos picked up the victory in relief, and Mota, the loser for the Tribe, falls to 0-2. Tampa Bay shut out Seattle 1-0. A couple of left-handers duking it out. Scott Kazmir goes to 5-2 at the win. Jamie Moore the loss, and here's 1-3. Here's your Star-Spangled Banner. Star-Spangled Banner at Ray Winder Field. And let's get to the rest of those scores. I mentioned Tampa Bay shut out Seattle 1-0. With Scott Kazmir going to 5-2, earning the victory over Jamie Moyer. Walker saving his 4th. St. Louis Cardinals defeated Colorado in the only final out of the National League. Albert Pujols hit his 18th home run of the season. 7-4 Cardinals with the win. Jeff Suppan is 4-2 after picking up the victory, and Jason Isringhausen saved his 10th. Cardinals did get a home run from Juan Encarnacion, his 5th of the season. Currently in progress, Boston over the Yankees in the third inning, 3-1. Mike Lowell and Big Papi have gone deep. Detroit over Baltimore in the fourth inning by a 2-1 score. 6-5, Toronto leading Oakland to the top of the third. Lyle Overbay, a home run as part of a 6-run bottom of the first for the Blue Jays. 3 homers for the A's, Thomas Kotsay and Mel Hughes. Angels and White Sox just about to get underway, and Sean Figgins about to hit the first pitch of the game. The Mets shutting out the Phillies at the moment, 10-0 in the top of the third. Doesn't look very good for the Phillies to win their 10th straight. Pittsburgh trailing Arizona, middle of the third, 3-2. Bottom second in Miami, Florida, and Atlanta, 0-0. Top 3 at Cincy. It's the Reds 4 and the Washington Nationals 3. Milwaukee and San Diego are tonight. It's 9:05 at Petco. Houston of the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium, and all eyes will be on San Francisco. Barry Bonds again trying for a 714th home run against the Chicago Cubs. It'll be Carlos Zambrano pitching for the Cubs. Barry Bonds has never homered off of Carlos Zambrano. They've only faced each other a couple of times. Coming up next, we'll give you the starting lineup for the Travs and the Corpus Christi Hooks. Here from Ray Winder Field on a Wednesday evening on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KPXE.
Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Apollo 13. Great films known for their award-winning special effects. To create the magic, Hollywood hires companies like Industrial Light and Magic. Industrial Light and Magic hires imaginative people like Aaron Fowl. Before he was a master of special effects, he was a media communications student at Webster University in St. Louis, where his talent took off. Today, he inspires the imagination at DreamWorks FKG. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge, for real-world success. Choose your reward with Arkansas Federal's new Platinum Rewards MasterCard credit card. Cash back, airline miles, or merchandise points, and you'll never pay an annual fee. For a limited time, we'll give you 1,000 rewards points, and you'll get a low 2.9% annual percentage rate on qualifying purchases. For details, call Arkansas Federal Credit Union at 982-1000 or apply online at afcu.org. Arkansas Federal, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball. O'Reilly Auto Parts is a proud supporter of American auto racing. From the down and dirty action of local dirt tracks all the way to the ultimate thrill of NASCAR, we're dedicated to racing and racing fans. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts at better prices every day. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm definitely not going back to my old razor. I'm going to stick with M3 Power.
Check out what guys are saying about M3 Power, the first micro-power shaving system from Gillette.
I'm in shock right now. It's fantastic.
I feel like I'm getting a massage with this razor.
Wow, this is something new. I like this.
I feel like I'm not even shaving, really. With the M3 Power, it made me look forward to shaving.
Feel the power of the world's best shave. M3 Power from Gillette, the best a man can get.
I'm a brain surgeon. I'm not an engineer. I don't know how the thing works. I just know it works. You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back at Ray Winder Field, Phil Elson with you as the Travelers have taken their positions and start to warm up. Let's get to the starting lineup. We'll begin with the AA affiliate of the Houston Astros, the Corpus Christi Hooks, who are managed by Dave Clark. 18 wins, 13 losses for the Hooks. They're the second-place team in the South, one game out. Leadoff batter for the Hooks, center fielder Josh Anderson. Batting second, the shortstop Ben Zobrist. Right fielder Hunter Pence in the 3-hole with J.R. House cleaning up, doing the catching. Batting fifth for Corpus Christi, second baseman Josh Bonifay. In the designated hitter role, batting sixth, Walter Young. Jared Sandberg bats seventh. He'll be at third base today. Batting eighth and in left field, Jorge Cortez. And batting ninth is the first baseman of the Hooks, John Fagan. The Arkansas Travelers, a AA affiliate of the Angels, carry a record of 13-18, just 4-11 here at Ray Winder Field. And today, Dwayne Bacon back in the leadoff role. He'll be in center field. Batting second, the left fielder Aaron Teal. Brandon Wood will be the 3-hole hitter and play shortstop with Matt Brown cleaning up at third base. Batting fifth, designated hitter Jason Espino. Bobby Wilson will be in the 6-hole. He'll catch. Greg Porter bats seventh, plays first base with Matt Pauley in the 8th spot in right field. Eric Rodlin bats ninth. He'll be at second base. You heard me chuckle while we were reading the starting lineup for the Travs as the Arby's glove threw out the ceremonial first pitch, and it was the single worst ceremonial first pitch in the history of baseball. It went closer to first base than it did to the plate, but, you know, it's a glove. You can't get your fingers on it. You try throwing a pitch with a glove on, and I don't think it'll work very well. So, we're just about set. Josh Anderson stepping up to the batter's box. Anderson, who is riding a hit streak of 13 games. It's the longest active streak in the Texas League. Left-hand batter. Standing in against Traveler right-hander Rafael Rodriguez, making his 4th start as a Traveler. No wins, 1 loss, and a 10.38 earned run average. We're set to go. Rafi delivers the first pitch of the evening at 7:10. Missed outside, ball 1. In-time temperature in Little Rock today is 67 degrees. Winds gusting up to 27 miles an hour, blowing out to right. The 1-0 Anderson is at the knees for a called strike, 1-1. Rafael Rodriguez, 6'1", 180 pounds. Very young, 21 years old, and in his 4th season, actually 5th year in the United States. 1-1 to Anderson, drops inside, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Anderson hitting .344 on the season, tops for the hooks. And his average ranking 3rd in the Texas League. He will bunt quite a bit. Brown is up at third base at the grass. Here's the 2-1 from Rafi. Swung on, fouled off over the bleachers at third base. It'll get on top of the wholesale building, and it's 2-2 on Anderson. The other numbers on Rodriguez, 13 innings, 18 hits allowed. He has walked 6, struck out 10. The big problem for Rafi in his short time in the Texas League is the gopher ball. He has allowed 7 home runs in 3 starts. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Anderson. Rodriguez got a good fastball and a good slider. Comes back to the plate with a slider and is grounded on the right side. Greg Porter off the bag will scoop it up, trying to go to the base himself, and he is late. He's late. Anderson, who runs very hard, apparently beat Porter to the bag. Greg did have the opportunity to flip to Rodriguez if he wanted to, but Porter certainly thought he had the chance to beat Anderson to first base. It was very close. And the first base umpire, Pinky Tuscadero, says that he did not beat the runner to the base. And if it was a tie, of course, the batter gets the tie. Infield single for Anderson stretches a hit streak to 14 games. The other umpires in this crew you've got, mentioned Pinky Tuscadero at first, Ralph Mouth at third base, and Alfred Del Vecchio, Big Al behind the dish. Ben Zobrist standing in, switch hitter batting left-handed, and Rodriguez fires a strike on the inside corner, and it is 0-1. So the hit for Anderson is the 25th hit over this now 14-game hit streak. And I know quite a bit of them have been on the infield. Good lead from first. He's stolen 10 on the season on 13 tries. Zobrist leaning back in the box. It's a pitch out, but nothing doing as Anderson holds. And it's 1-1 to Zobrist. Well, you got 2 of the top hitters in the league, at least over the last week and a half, in the number 1 and 2 spots for the hooks. Anderson, now a 14-game hit streak, and Zobrist has hit 9 in a row, raising his average to .316. Rodriguez throws to first base, and it is not in time. Anderson is back. Kind of wonder about the steal. I mentioned Anderson has stolen 10 bases, second in the league for the Travs' Dwayne Bacon, who has swiped 11 this year. Good lead. Another throw back to first base is not in time. Bobby Wilson, Traveler catcher, one of the toughest catchers to run on this year. He's thrown out 12 of 23 attempted base stealers, including Walter Young yesterday, and a busted bunt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rodriguez gets the sign, takes a look over the shoulder at the runner. And the pitch is on the way. It's a line drive. Caught at second by Rodlin. Throws to first and is not in time to get the double play. Anderson dove head first right back into the base just ahead of Rodlin's throw. And you can see by the body language of Eric Rodlin and the shortstop Brandon Wood, and perhaps as well as Greg Porter, that they feel they may have been robbed twice over the last couple of at-bats, thinking that Anderson should have been out on that ground ball and that he might have been out on the line drive to second. Well, Zobrist continues to hit the ball hard. It's a matter of hitting it right at him. 1 away, and here's Hunter Pence. Pence has been the big bat in the lineup for the Hooks in this series. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Pence has homered in the last 2 games, driven in 6 since Monday. Over the series, 4 for 12, but 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, and a pair of doubles. Big right-hand batter chokes up a good inch and a half. Opens the stance. Rodriguez delivers way outside, but it's dug out by Wilson. And it's 2 balls, no strikes on Pence. J.R. House is on deck. Pence got things going for the Hooks yesterday in the first inning with a line drive homer over the left field wall. Wouldn't collect another hit the rest of the way. Finished 1 for 4 and struck out twice. But those 2 runs that Pence drove in on the homer was all that Corpus Christi would need. It would go on to a 4-1 win. Rodriguez falling behind 2-0. The delivery is chopped towards third but foul, where Dave Clark picks it up in the coach's area. Here at Ray Winder, we do not have coach's bracket. And it'll be a 2-1 count on Pence. Pence is having one of the better all-around seasons for any batter in the league over the first month. He's hitting .341, which is the 4th highest average. His 8 home runs is tied with Brandon Wood for second in the league, just 2 behind the league leader, Reed Gurecki. And Pence is the league leader with 30 runs batted in. 2 balls, 1 strike on Pence, 1 away. Anderson leading from first base. Into the stretch. There he goes. The pitch is a slider outside. There's no throw to second base as Wilson was unable to pick it out of the glove on the transfer. And Anderson is now tied with Dwayne Bacon for the league leading steals with his 11th of the year. And the count is now 3-1 on Pence. J.R. House again waiting on deck. Travs has played the Hooks 6 previous games. Pence has driven in 8 runs against them. That's 8 of his 30 RBIs. Rodriguez sets. Rodlin backs away from second base, and the pitch is slowly grounded to shortstop. Brandon Wood will throw quickly to first base and get the out. Anderson has to hold. 2 gone, bringing up J.R. House. Nice pitch by Rodriguez. Heard a lot about his changeup, but haven't seen it too often. That looked like the changeup and had Pence a little bit in front as he tapped at the shortstop for the second out of the inning. Rodriguez will give you a fastball in the low to mid-90s. He'll get it to 94. Sharp slider. 2 different change-ups, one that dives to the left, the other dives to the right. Depends on which side of the plate the batter hits on that he'll throw. Here's House, 3 for 13 in the series, right-hand batter. Anderson leading from second, Rodlin holding him. Rodriguez checks the runner, delivers a pitch, and the slider for a strike on the inside corner. Nice, sharp action on it. 0-1 to House, who is hitting .320, but his average has steadily dropped. When the Travelers saw the Hooks last week at Corpus Christi, House was batting .374. His average has fallen 54.6. Count 0-1. Here it is. A fastball ripped deep towards the right field gap. Matt Pauley looking up at the fence, and it is a 2-run homer for J.R. House. His 4th of the season. And Corpus Christi strikes again in the first inning on a 2-run homer. Took him 1 out to get that 2-run homer from Pence yesterday. And today it's J.R. House with a 2-out, 2-run homer. So the home run continues to dog Rafi Rodriguez. He had allowed only 1 run in 17 innings at California League level Rancho Cucamonga. And now Rodriguez has given up 17 runs in 13 2/3 innings at AA Arkansas, and that's the 8th home run he has allowed. Josh Bonifay will stand in. He's hit 6 on the year, 26 RBIs. Pitch from Rodriguez, a strike on the inside corner, and it's 0-1. So the Travs fell behind 2-0 yesterday. And the exact same thing tonight. Bonifay hitting .283, 5 hits in the series. Swings at the 0-1, fouls it straight back, strike 2. Well, Rodriguez is going to give up some home runs. This is a veteran ball club that the Hooks have put together. House has been around for 6 years. Bonifay also been around for 6 years. Walter Young was on deck, 7 years. The 0-2 is a slider low and away, ball 1. And Rodriguez only 21 years old and finding AA a little bit of a rougher go-around. Sometimes it does take a while to adjust to this level. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Bonifay. Rodriguez into the windup, and the pitch is into the dirt, 2-2. But Ty Boykin, Trav manager, has told us that Rodriguez has to do better here in the Texas League is keep the ball down at the knees, and not even just keeping it down, but have the fastball coming in at a downward plane rather than just sitting going straight. He likes to be moving downward a little bit. Here's a 2-2 to Bonifay, and it's low and away, a slider, ball 3. 2 runs in here for the Hooks. Josh Anderson beat a ground ball to first base for an infield single to start this inning, and that may be the difference between 2 runs coming in on the 2-out homer by House and the Travs coming up to the bottom of the first with a 0-0 game. Here's a 3-2 to Bonifay, low, and Rodriguez walks him, and that'll bring up the big designated hitter Walter Young. You're already going to get a visit to the mound by pitching coach Ken Patterson. Rodriguez, last time out, really showed a lot from the Travs because his second start with Arkansas, he was knocked around for 8 runs and 3 homers, facing just 11 hitters against San Antonio. Travs lost 9-7. But then that was followed against the same San Antonio ball club, where he only allowed 1 run over the first 5 innings, but left in the 7th after giving up a pair of hits, and eventually we get a no decision. But he pitched really well in that game, staying ahead of batters, and for the most part keeping pitches down to the zone. But here in the first inning, he's been getting hit hard. So Bonifay reaches on the 2-out walk. It's the 7th walk allowed by Rodriguez with the Travs. He had walked his 2 batters out of 67 faced in the California League, and here's big Walter Young. Mean big, 6'5", 300 pounds. Big lefty standing in, and here's a delivery. Swung on and chopped foul to the screen at first base. Strike 1. Young made his Texas League debut yesterday and finished 0 for 3, hitting into 2 double plays. Did reach base walking once, but then was picked off at second on a busted sacrifice bunt. 2-0 hooks. And Young is the kind of guy who swings for the fences quite a bit. He has hit 117 career homers up to this year. The 0-1 is fouled at the plate, and it's 0-2. Young had been playing with AAA Portland in the Padres system. And interestingly enough, in the last game with the Portland Beavers, Young hit 2 home runs and then was promptly released. You kind of wonder what happened then. No 2 count, and here's a pitch. A slider. Caught him looking, strike 3 at the knees. First inning comes to a close, but the Hooks, just as yesterday, scored 2 runs on 2 hits in the first inning. They leave a man. A 2-run homer by J.R. House gives the Hooks the early lead. Bottom of the first coming up, Travs down by a pair. They're coming up for the first time on Air America Little Rock, 1380 ADXE.
A traveler nearing a great city asked an old man seated by the road, "What are the people like in this city?" Well, the man asked, "What were they like where you came from?" The traveler said, "They were horrible, mean, unworthy, detestable in all respects." "Ah," said the old man, "you'll find them the same in the city ahead." Scarcely had the first traveler gone on his way when another stopped to inquire about the people in the city before him. Again, the old man asked about the people in the place the traveler had just left. "They were fine people, honest, industrious, and generous to a fault," declared the second traveler. "I was sorry to leave." The old man responded, "That's exactly how you'll find the people here." I'm Mark Evans, pastor of the Church at Rock Creek. You know, the way people see others is really just a reflection of themselves.
For more information, call 225-8684 or look on the web at www.churchatrockcreek.org.
You are witnessing some intense pain here, folks. Throbbing muscles, swollen joints. This is pure torture. We're talking total body suffering. Not even the internal organs are...
Bob, the game hasn't started yet.
Game? I'm talking about me.
Don't let orthopedic discomfort interrupt your life. Learn to manage it with Baptist Health in Ortho, Arkansas, the state's leaders in orthopedic medicine. To reach a specialist or for more information, call Baptist Health Helpline at 227-8478 and get back in the game.
Oh, I can feel that hit up here.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Travs will come up in the bottom of the first inning, trailing 2-0 against Corpus Christi. J.R. House with a 2-run homer for the Hooks as they grab the first inning lead for the second night in a row. And the Travs, who were swinging against possibly the top pitcher in the league yesterday, Matt Albers, will go up against another top right-hander. This time it's Mitch Talbot. Talbot is a second-round choice for the Astros out of high school in Cedar City, Utah. Is making his 7th appearance of the season. 1 win, 2 losses, and a 3.86 ERA. Stands 6'2", weighs 175, and will be making his first appearance against Arkansas today. In fact, he's never pitched against an Angels minor league team. Pitching previous 3 seasons in the Appalachian League, South Atlantic League, and Carolina League. Those are circuits that the Angels are not involved in. So this will be the Angels' first look at Mitch Talbot as well. Dwayne Bacon stands into the batter's box, and here's your first pitch of the evening from Talbot. Bacon will take a strike. Switch hitter batting left-handed is hitting .223. 3 home runs and 9 driven in, followed by Aaron Peel and Brandon Wood. Bacon had yesterday off. He was 2 for 5 in Monday morning's game. The 0-1 is a little away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Sandberg, the third baseman, plays in. Good 3-4 feet on the grass. Bacon is first, even, off the line. Middle infielder's back. Here's the 1-1 to Dwayne. Change up high and outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Talbot has walked 13 and struck out 33 in 32 and 2/3 innings, 33 hits. About average with all the numbers there. The 2-1, swinging a foul ball into the first base screen, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Where Talbot seems to thrive where he hasn't thrived in previous years is the home run ball. He has not allowed a single home run out of 145 batters faced this year. Last 2 seasons, he's given up 31 homers. So the home run had dogged in the last couple of years, but this year he seems to have overcome the home run demon. 2-2 to Bacon is a little bit outside, ball 3. And a full count to start the game on the Travelers center fielder. Bacon homered in the game on Monday morning. He is 4 for 10 in the series, 3 homers on the year. The 3-2 swung on, line drive up the middle for a base hit. And Anderson quickly cuts it off. It's about 10 steps towards the gap and right. Bacon with his 5th base hit of the series brings up Aaron Peel. Nice swing by Dwayne on a 3-2 pitch. Was right on top of that fastball and drove it on the right side of the pitcher's mound. And so Bacon, who now finds himself tied with Josh Anderson for the league lead in steals, might be running here. Peel, who was batting leadoff yesterday, went 2 for 5. He hits .256 on the season, 2 homers, and 11 driven in. Pickoff move to first base. A high throw by Talbot almost got away from him. But Fagan, who many of these hooks today, is quite tall, was able to reel it in. Fagan, 6'5". That's what you like from your first baseman, at least height-wise. Bacon a decent lead, 4 steps off. Pitch on the way. Peel swings and fouls it off the catcher. Strike 1. Peel has been batting in the 2-hole most of the season. We've seen him also batting leadoff whenever Dwayne Bacon gets a day off. But interestingly enough, Peel on a ball club that seems to be more comfortable hitting here at Raywinder Field, and Aaron has not hit all that well here in Little Rock. Count 0-1. Bacon runs on the pitch. It's high. House throws from his knees to second and skips it up to the shortstop Zobrist. The tag is late, and Bacon steals his 12th on the year. J.R. House, who's had some trouble getting anything on his throws this year. I saw him working yesterday with Danny Fothery, one of the coaches for the Hooks, on throwing to second base from his knees. That helps him get rid of the ball quicker, but still doesn't get much on it. And he short-hopped the shortstop, and that gave Bacon the chance that he needed to slide under the tag. A 1-1 count, and a slider to Peel is outside, ball 2. 2-1. The 31st steal in 41 tries against House, and so the Texas League is really testing his rebuilt arm. 2-1 count. Taking an extra half step off of second, and that forces Talbot off the mound. 2-0 Hooks at the bottom of the first. House hit a 2-run homer to give them the lead. Into the stretch, Talbot. Here's the pitch. Peel. Check swing as the changeup drops inside, and it's 3-1. On deck, Brandon Wood, the team leader in home runs and runs batted in. Peel, 2 for 14 in the series with a double and a single. Trying to drive in Bacon. Bonifay backing away. The pitch is chopped over the mound, up the middle, but it'll be played by Bonifay next to the base. His throw to first retires Peel. But Bacon advances to third base, and so Brandon Wood could bring Bacon home with just a fly ball. Well, this is where the Travelers had some troubles yesterday. They had a lot of opportunities, not only with men on base, but men in scoring position and less than 2 outs, and just could not drive in anybody. The only run yesterday came on a solo homer by Jason Espedo. And on a spot like this, with the Corpus Christi infield playing back, even if Brandon hits nothing more than a ground ball, he will drive Bacon home and cut the lead in half for the Hook. Talbot from the stretch, Delivery on the way. Brandon swings and fouls it in the air over the right field side. It slices over the bullpen and will get to the groundskeeping shack. Strike one on Wood. A little bit late on the swing. Wood hitting .276. He doubled yesterday, was 1 for 3. Has collected only 1 RBI in this series. He had driven in 7 in 2 games against San Antonio. 0-1 the count. Talbot ready. Pitch is a slider into the third, and House right on top of it. 1 ball, 1 strike on Wood. Wood is 3 for 12 in the series. The RBI came on Monday, on his first swing on Monday. Ground ball base hit. Here's the 1-1 from Talbot. The fastball inside, backing Brandon off a little bit. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike on Wood. Trying to at least drive in Bacon. 2-0 Hooks. Wood is hit 8 homers as a Traveler. None against Corpus Christi. Pitch on the way. Slider. Strike 2 called on the outside corner. Talbot kind of floating that breaking ball up there, and Wood wanted nothing to do with it. But if it came right down the middle of the plate, he would have been sitting on a tee for Wood. 2-2 count. Talbot delivers. Wood swings and misses on a split-fingered pitch and strikes out. That's exactly what you were not looking for. Talbot, that's the first split-fingered pitch that he has broken out today, and he came with a 2-strike count, and he takes care of Wood's 42nd strikeout for Wood this year, which leads all Texas leaguers. Matt Brown will stand in. Brown hitting .331. Second highest active batting average for the Travelers. Eric Rodlin leading the team at .333. Right-hand batter trying to at least drive in Bacon. Pitch from Talbot is fouled. Straight back, strike 1. Brown finished 0 for 4 yesterday and was the final batter for the Travs. Struck out swinging as he represented the tying run of the 9th inning against Jailen Peguero. And that finished a 12-game hit streak for Matt. It was the longest hit streak for any Traveler this year. Infield is deep. Talbot comes set. And it's an 0-1 pitch. Low, 1 ball, 1 strike. There was a split finger to Brown. 1-1. Cortez, Anderson, and Pence left to right, all straight away. Sandberg, Zobrist, Bonifay, and Fagan left to right of the infield. Bonifay about a step into shallow right center. Catcher House launched it on the middle of the plate, and the pitch to Brown is grounded sharply to third. Dropped by Sandberg, recovers, throws, and gets Brown by a half a step. That'll end the Traveler first inning. No runs on 1 base hit and 1 man left. We will go into the top of the second inning. Corpus Christi leading 2-0 on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KTXE.
Did you know that more than 250 Arkansans are currently awaiting an organ transplant? And did you know that every 16 minutes, a new name is added to the organ transplant waiting list? You can help to reduce these numbers by registering to become an organ donor. Call the Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency at 866-660-5433 or visit the Aurora website at www.arora.org to learn more. Become an organ donor. Give hope. In today's busy world, who has time for questions? Where to go, how to get there, what to eat? With over 30 locations in central, north central, and northeast Arkansas, Double B's has the answers. Double B's makes it easy to stop in and get on with your day, wherever you are. Start your day with Double B's Coffee Cafe. Gourmet coffee, better than most coffee houses. Grab lunch on the go with delicious slices from Quiznos, Pizza Pro, Baskin Robbins, Chester's Fried Chicken, or Subway. Clean your auto with a car wash. And all Double B's locations feature pay-at-the-pump technology, so you're back on the road in no time. Make the most of your time and stop worrying about life's little questions. We've got the answers at Double B's.
Dr. Pepper, the taste of originality, Dr. Pepper. Salute individuality, Dr. Pepper. Do what you do, your moment has come. You're not like anyone. Nothing better, Dr. Pepper.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Top of inning number 2 at Raywinder Field with Corpus Christi leading 2-0 on the strength of a J.R. House 2-run homer off Rafael Rodriguez. Lights have been turned on as the cloud cover comes overhead. And Rodriguez set to face the bottom 3 hitters in the Corpus Christi order. Jared Sandberg starts it off. Rodriguez from the windup, and here's the first pitch of the second inning. The slider low and outside, ball 1 to Sandberg. Sandberg hitting .207, 2 home runs, 8 runs batted in. Tall right-handed batter. Standing fairly close to the plate. Rodriguez with a 1-0. And it's hit in the air towards left field. Heel going back for it. Still going back. He misread it originally, but still had plenty of time to make up the ground and make the catch. Oh, good 10 feet in front of the left field warning track. 1 away. That'll bring up Cortez. Corey Cortez is a left-hand batter playing left field. 5 for 12 in the series. He has scored 4 runs for the Hooks. 2-0 Hooks, top of the second. And here's Rodriguez, first pitch from the windup. Swung on and fouled, dribbled over the Traveler dugout. It bounces off the screen. Right back to Bobby Wilson, and he flicks it to the ball boy. 0-1 to Cortez with John Fagan on deck. Rodriguez finds the sign. Cortez with the open stance. Here's the 0-1. Change up, swung on and missed. Cortez finished the swing on a knee. 0-2. Nice off-speed delivery from Rodriguez. And that was the change-up that darted away from a left-hand batter. And I'm not sure if Cortez was anywhere near that pitch. Count 0-2. Rodriguez trying for second K. Lined up, here it is. Slider just a little bit high, I guess. Ball 1. Last time out, Rodriguez was very heavy on the sliders. In fact, he threw about 70% sliders. That slider looked like a pretty good pitch. Here's the 1-2 to Cortez. And he fouls it at the plate. It was another slider. And Cortez, who takes a very big swing, kind of corkscrews himself a little bit into the ground as he takes the hack. Fouled it off his left foot. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. New baseball handed to Rodriguez. Rafi started this year at Rancho Cucamonga. That's where he finished last season. Basically split 2005 between the Midwest League with CR and the California League with RT. And had 2 completely different half seasons. 1-2 on the way to Cortez. Fastball. And he stays alive with a little dribbler behind the plate. Rodriguez with Cedar Rapids last year, dominated with a 5-2 record. Struck out 74 batters in 74 innings. Had only a 2.78 ERA. 1-2 to Cortez. Rodriguez kicks. Cortez swings at the changeup, bounces to Rodlin at second. Charging in, fields it on the second bounce and flips to Porter for out number 2. But Rodriguez was called up to high single-A Rancho Cucamonga at the midway point and found that advanced A hitters were exactly that, advanced compared to Midwest League batters. Rodriguez's ERA skyrocketed 3 full points, allowed a 72-point difference in his batting average, 220 in the Midwest League, 292 in the Cal League. And his strikeouts were cut in about half, 74 strikeouts in the Midwest League, 44 strikeouts in the California League at about the same amount of innings. But he adjusted very nicely to the California League this year and he really dominated. Batter is John Fagan. 2 outs, and he sends a shot to the gap in right center in the first pitch. It'll be cut off by Dwayne Bacon, though he overruns it now. And Fagan will hold up as he was about to try to stretch it into 2. He skitters back into first base, and Bacon makes up the ground and fires to second. So a 2-out single for John Fagan. He wanted the 2-base hit. Bacon originally had overrun the ball, but put on the brakes quickly on this wet outfield grass. It's pretty tough to stop as quickly as you really want to. So that's the 9th batter that Rodriguez has faced. And he's allowed 3 hits, 1 walk, struck out 1 hitter. Josh Anderson standing in. 2-0 Hooks, top 2. Anderson scored a run on the first. He had reached first base, beating out a ground ball to first base. Pitch on the way, fouled straight back by the left-hand batter, and it's 0-1. That infield single for Anderson, the maybe half inch that he had beaten Porter to first base, proved to be a big difference in the first inning. And it's not that Porter did anything wrong, because he fielded that ball about 10 feet off the bag and hustled into first base, but was just a little late. 0-1 to Anderson, into the dirt, blocked by Wilson. Fagan holds, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Anderson. Anderson, a legitimate prospect. And the Astros' current center fielder, Willie Taveras, Not too much different from Anderson, but they're both speed guys without a lot of power. Hit a lot of ground balls, infield singles, very rangy in center. Rivera's a right-hand hitter, Anderson a lefty. 1-1 pitch is flied high and shallow into left field. Wood out from shortstop. Peel in from left, and Peel makes the catch to end the second inning for the Hooks. No runs on one base hit, one man left. Nice rebound from Rodriguez after allowing the 2 runs in the first inning. 2-0 Hooks going to the bottom of the second on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
The romance begins at Cupid. Choose from Central Arkansas's largest selection of apparel and lingerie in every size, style, and color. And don't forget the wide selection of menswear, toys, massage oil, and lotion. It's Cupid's Lingerie and more. 2585 Donaghy Street in the Townsend Plaza, Conway, 65th and Scott Hamilton, and 9700 North Rodney Perelman in Little Rock, plus 3360 Central Avenue in Hot Springs. Just look for the purple neon hearts, and you'll know you're in the right place. Cupid's Lingerie and more.
Hey, fans, it's easy to get discount tickets to Trans games all year thanks to Ready Ice. Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice presents Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Winder Field. Just pick up a discount coupon for any Wednesday Travs home game anywhere Ready Ice is sold, like most Shell and Exxon gas stations. Bring the coupons to the Travs box office for $3 general admission tickets to any Wednesday home game. That's Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Winder Field all season long. Thanks to Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Jason Espedo leading off the bottom of the second for the Arkansas Travelers, trying to make up a 2-0 deficit to the Corpus Christi Hooks. Espedo, left-hand batter, has homered twice in the series. Mitch Talbot's first offering is swung on and missed, and it is 0-1 to Espedo, the 5-hitter, followed by Bobby Wilson and Greg Porter. Phil Elson with you on what has proven to be a pretty comfortable night in Central Arkansas. The 0-1 is a slider left up high, 1 ball, 1 strike on Espedo. Jason hitting .260. The home run yesterday was his 5th of the year. He's driven in 12, 4 of those 12 RBIs in this series. Pitch on the way, high, slider, ball 2, 2-1. 2-0 Hooks on the strength of a J.R. House 2-run homer, his 4th of the year. The 8th allowed by Rafael Rodriguez. 2 balls and a strike. Here's Talbot's delivery. Espedo swings and misses in front of the changeup, 2-2. Talbot has struck out 1 hitter today, getting Wood in the first inning. Struck out 34 in 34 innings. The 2-2 pitch. Slider inside. Dropped right to the knees. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We've seen Talbot go to 3 balls now and 3 hitters. And yesterday's Hook starting pitcher, Matt Albers, had 5 full counts of his first 10 hitters. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him on a curveball. So we've seen a big variety of pitches from Mitch Talbot. Fastball, looks like a sinker as well, split-fingered pitch, curveball. And he is throwing everything for strikes here in the early going. He set down 4 in a row after allowing Bacon's leadoff single in the first inning. Bobby Wilson will stand into the plate for the Travs. Right-hand batting catcher saw a 6-game hit streak come to an end yesterday. Pitch on the way. He'll take it up high, ball 1. Wilson's average fell to .295 with 1 home run and 9 RBIs. Finished 0 for 3 yesterday. Talbot winds, kicks, rears back, deal. Wilson a flare, right to the second baseman Bonifay. Easy can of corn, and Wilson is out number 2. So 2 outs and 5 in a row set down by Talbot, bringing up Greg Porter. Talbot, coming from the Carolina League last year with Single-A Salem, where he had an underwhelming season, allowing a .434 ERA, winning 8, losing 11, allowed a .280 batting average against. Set career highs in hits allowed, in average against. It was the highest earned run average of his career. is having a fine start to the year this season. Pitch to Greg Porter in there for strike one, a slider on the inside corner. Porter on a 7-game hit streak, finished 2 for 3 yesterday, left-hand batter. And the 0-1 inside corner again, strike two on a curve from Talbot. Porter's average up to 282, 4 homers, 14 RBIs. But quickly in the hole, 0-2 to Talbot, but the base is empty and 2 outs. Here's the kick and the pitch. Outside to Greg, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Porter, much more an everyday player now for the Travs since the departure of Mike Elwood to AAA, and Porter has thrived. Here's a 1-2. Swung on, a little ground ball outside third, close to the manager, Ty Boykin. Still a ball and 2 strikes on Porter. 2 infield singles yesterday. 6 hits in this series, including a double, driven in 2. 2-0 Hooks. Porter trying to start a little 2-out rally. Pitch on the way. Slider stayed high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. See Talbot throwing a lot of off-speed and breaking balls on 2 strikes. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Porter. It is inside. Tried the fastball, just missed the corner. Another full count, 3-2. On deck is Matt Pauley. Porter is a free swinger. He's walked just 5 times this year, struck out 25 times. Talbot 13 walks, 35 Ks. Here's the payoff. Outside, and Porter takes the base on ball. Talbot went to the split finger pitch, but it floated out of the hand and went a good foot outside of the plate. So Talbot has set down 5 batters in a row until allowing the 2-out walk, and that brings Pauley up to the plate. Pauley has played 2 games as a Trav, left-hand batter, playing right field tonight. He is 2 for 7 with Arkansas. Porter leading away. Here's the pitch. Pauley swings, ground ball to the right side. Bonifay ranges into the hole, boots the ball, and everybody is safe. Bonifay had to take a good 4 to 5 steps to his left just to stay in front of the baseball. He did stay in front of it, but it rolled up his body and then fell right in front of him. Official score is ready to rule, and he puts... Well, what were you doing here? Thumbs down or thumbs up? Thumbs down. Error on the second base, and Bonifay allowing Pauley to reach. The Porter to second. 2 on, 2 out for Eric Rodlin. Rodlin hitting .333 with the highest on-base percentage for the Travs at .422. Left-hand batter. Pitch on the way. Fastball bounced over the mound, up the middle, into center field for a base hit. Porter chugged around third. Anderson will hold on to the throw in center, and it's an RBI single for Eric Rodlin, and the Travs are on the scoreboard. 2-out single for Rodlin, first hit of this inning, after a walk-in and error had set Eric up for the RBI opportunity. 12th RBI of the year for Rodlin, and it's 2-1 Hooks here in the second inning. Top of the order now in Dwayne Bacon, who had hits from the number 1 and number 9 slots in the order for the Travs first time through. Bacon singled to center in the first. He would get stranded at third base. He's got Pauley and Rodlin on the bases. Pitch. Swung on and missed. A split fingered, and it's 0-1. Dwayne Bacon has driven in 9 runs this year, 3 of them in this series. Had a 2-run homer against the Hooks Monday morning. Deep all the way around the infield. Runners out to the lead, not held on. And the 0-1 to Bacon is a fastball for strike 2 on the inside corner. Nice pitch from Talbot. Not much Bacon could have done with that pitch. No balls, 2 strikes. 3 consecutive men reaching after 2 outs. Porter walks. Pauley reaches on Bonifay's fielding error. Rodlin single up the middle, scores Porter. But now it's 0-2 to Bacon, and Talbot is ready. Here it is. A fastball outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes from the Travs center fielder. Aaron Peel on deck in case Bacon reaches. Well, it is getting colder. Game time temperature was 67. We're going to get into the low 60s, high 50s by the time it's over. Talbot delivers a changeup, ripped back up the middle. It gets picked up by Bonifay and back at second base. He flips to second, and Rodlin beats the throw. And it'll be bases loaded here in the second inning for the Travelers, but not before Dave Clark sprints out of the dugout and will start to question the call of our third base umpire, Ralph Mouth. Good play by Bonifay at second base, right behind the bag, He flipped to the shortstop Zobrist, but Rodland was able to beat the flip. And Clark, Corpus Christi's manager, is furious. This is the second time in 2 games that he's gone out to second and argued the call with the same replacement umpire. We can only call him Ralph Mouth. We know that's not his real name. Clark will leave the discussion in a huff. Well, the situation is the bases are loaded here in the second inning. Official scorer rules infield single for Dwayne Bacon, his second hit of the ball game. And Bonifay, he saved a run just by getting to that ball. It was a chopper, not all that solidly hit right back up the box. Bonifay backhanded it about 2 feet in back of second base. Now, Robin was running pretty hard, and his hustle was the reason that the Travelers continue here in the second inning. 4 consecutive men have reached. Aaron Teel bats with the bases loaded, and a chance for the Travs to take their first lead since Monday morning. Teel with the bases loaded is 0 for 1 this year, batting only 194 with men in scoring position. He grounded out in the first. 0 for 1. Pitch on the way. Chopper to third base. Sandberg boots it, went right through him. Paulie scores. Rodman around third. He'll score, and the Travs take the lead. Bacon sliding into third base, and he is safe at third. Behind him goes to second base, and that's Teel skittering into second. And more arguments from the Corpus Christi field. And shortstop Zobrist, after that, as a second baseman, Bonifay has just been ejected from the game, and he is nose-to-nose with our replacement umpire, Ralph Mouth. He's taken his hat off. He's been ejected from the game already, and now here comes Dave Clark to argue the call at third base, which is where Dwayne Bacon slid in front of the tag of the third baseman, Sandberg. The Travs have taken a 3-2 lead here in the second inning, and we start to get some controversy. Josh Bonifay has been ejected from the ballgame after arguing 2 calls at second base with one of the replacement umpires. I haven't seen if Dave Clark has been ejected or not, but he is now speaking with the other base umpire and the plate umpire to try to figure out how to settle everybody down. Bonifay will step into the visiting dugout, and they're going to have to go without their starting second baseman the rest of the way. Official scorers ruled a 2-run double for Aaron Teel. All the runs in this inning are unearned due to the error by Bonifay, who's having a rough inning. So it'll be second and third for the Travelers. Still 2 outs. 5 consecutive men have reached here in the second inning. And the Hooks have put in Osvaldo Fernando to take over at second base for Bonifay. Tell you what, Sandberg did not try to stay in front of that chopper by Teel. It was hard hit. Sandberg tried to backhand it, and that cost him not just the out, but it also cost the Hooks the lead. Teel again does get credit for the 2-run double, but Sandberg probably could have made that play. So again, Fernando, the new second baseman. It's Bacon at third, Teel at second, Brandon Wood is batting, and a chance to really put the Hooks in a hole. Pitch on the way, and he swings and misses at the split finger. Strike 1. Bonifay may have had a beef on that play at third base with Bacon sliding in. Looks like the throw beat him. Here's an 0-1. Wood swings and a high fly ball hit in a deep right center. Anderson is back at the warning track, and it's over his head. 2 runs will score on the play as Wood coasts into second with a double, and the Travs have broken it out here in the second inning. 5 runs have scored. And again, every single one of these runs against Mitch Talbot are unearned. He had allowed 6 unearned runs over his first 6 starts. He's given up 5 unearned runs here in the second inning. The double for Wood, 2-run score in the play. He's got 11 doubles on the year now and 28 RBIs. And Joe Slusarski comes out of the dugout for the Hooks. The pitching coach wants to chat with Talbot. The Hooks dugout would tell you that 2 plays in this inning have gone the way of the Arkansas Travelers, and that there should have been a couple of outs that were not called, because in the Hooks' estimation, The replacement umpire made 2 bad calls, but you could even go back to the top of the first inning when Josh Anderson apparently legged out that infield single, that could have been a bad call as well. And this is a point that I've tried to make all throughout the broadcast this year. Whether or not the replacement umpires, one way or the other, they are still umpires. They still look at the game in black and white, no shades of gray. There is no hometown umpire in the Texas League or any other league for that matter. They are replacement umpires. They are not the full-time umpires that we've been used to, but you know what, folks? The minor league umpires that have been working games for years and years blow just as many calls as the umpires that we've been using in the Texas League this year. And I'm not saying whether or not those had been blown calls, but Corpus Christi certainly thinks they were, and the other end of the stick is the Travelers would not. Plusarski, after walking off the mound and starting to get into the third base dugout, now goes behind the plate and is very calmly talking with the plate umpire, Big Alfred Delvecchio. It's not a heated conversation. Plusarski is a pretty mild-mannered fellow. And he has finished his talk with Delvecchio and lets the umpires back to work as Matt Brown will step into the plate. Boy, big inning here. 2 outs. Then Porter walks. Pauly reaches on Bonifay's fielding error. Rodland singles a run home. Dwayne Bacon reached on an infield single. That's one of the controversies, as they thought Rodland was forced out at second, but then Aaron Peel hits a 2-bouncer through the third baseman for a 2-run double, and Brandon Wood hits another 2-run double. Now it's Brown, and a pitch from Talbot in there for strike 1. So you've had an error, you've had 4 base hits, you've had 2 arguments, 1 ejection, 5 runs. This is a rather lengthy and productive and interesting inning. 0-1 to Brown. Here it is, a fastball for strike 2 at the knee. Brown grounded out in the first inning, stranding a man. The Travelers, well, they've broken out here for 5 runs in the second inning. And remember, they had only scored 1 run yesterday, 5 runs the day before. So they've just about equaled their run total from the last, about 18 innings. Stepping off the rubber, Talbot, forcing Brown out of the box. 5-2 Travs here in the second inning. 5 unearned runs charged to Talbot just because of the error by the second baseman Bonifay. Wood leading from second base. Talbot steps off again. Now into the stretch, the right-hander forgets about the runner. Deals outside, ball 1. Nine men coming to the plate here in the second inning for the Travelers. 6 consecutive have reached. On deck is Jason Espedo, who started this second inning with a strikeout. 1-2 to Brown. Here's Talbot's pitch. Low, a split finger, 2-2. These back-to-back 2-run doubles are the only 2 big hits the Travs have been able to put up since the second inning on Monday morning. And Brown driving another one. 2-2 pitch. A little fister in the air towards short, charging Zobrist. He makes a basket catch and ends the second inning. But a big inning for the Travelers. 5-run score on 4 base hits. There was 1 error and 1 man left. So the Travelers take their first lead since Monday. They go into the third, leading 5-2 against Corpus Christi on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Experience the acclaimed Bose Wave music system. It's elegantly small with sound that brings new life to music. Forbes FYI says it sounds like a system that costs 5 times more. David Novak, the gadget guy, adds, it can easily replace whatever component system you currently have. And now it's available with an optional multi-CD changer for hours of uninterrupted music. Call 1-800-611-1617 to order the Wave music system today. Better yet, order it with the new easy-to-use multi-CD changer. An excitement guarantee gives you 30 days to try them together risk-free. Be sure to ask about the Bose payment plan that lets you make low monthly payments using your own major credit card with no interest charges from Bose. Order by February 28th and receive your choice of a free gift set featuring a full-color 200-page cookbook and inspiring music CD. The Wave music system and multi-CD changer from Bose, the most respected name in sound. Call 1-800-611-1617. That's 1-800-611-1617.
Claude Markham on working in the United States Navy.
I'm an aviation ordnanceman, second class. It's an indescribable feeling being up on the flight deck and just being next to them, pulling the pin from the weapon launcher before they take off. It's a big rush inside, and not many people my age can do the job that I do out in the outside at such a young age.
Most jobs reveal what you do. Ours reveal who you are. To learn more, check out Navy.com or call 1-800-USA. Accelerate your life.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Interesting 2 innings here at Raywinder Field. Corpus Christi grabbed a 2-0 lead on a homer by J.R. House in the first inning. Travelers rally in the second for 5 unearned runs. Corpus Christi loses their second baseman, Josh Boniface, to an ejection. And now Rafael Rodriguez has a 3-run lead to work with as he deals to Ben Zobrist a strike on the inside corner to begin the top of the third. So Rodriguez, who allowed that home run in the first inning, will face the 2, 3, and 4 batters. House will bat third in the frame. Here's the 0-1. Zobrist swings a hard grounder to second. Rodlin makes the play and throws him out at first base, and Zobrist has hit hard to Rodlin twice and is 0 for 2. Standing in next is Hunter Pence. Rodriguez had a lead to work with for the majority of his last start. May 5th against San Antonio, Travelers had a 6-0 lead in the ball game, and they would win it 7-6. Travs Penn blew that game in the 7th, but Aaron Teal had a tie-breaking home run in the 8th. Here's Pence, who grounded out in the first inning to shortstop. Right-hand batter. He is 4 for 13 in the series. Rodriguez starts with a fastball high and inside, 1-0. We're talking about Pence's propensity to choke up on the bat more than you usually see power hitters choke up. Good 1.5 to 2 inches as he bounced the bat off the shoulders. Pitch, swung on and missed. Bat a little too short for that slider. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pence uses a 34-inch bat, which means that when he chokes up, it's about 32 inches that he's swinging with. He said that he modeled how he holds the bat after Barry Bonds. Only choking up, because other than the choking up, he doesn't look anything like Barry. There's a 1-1, and it's fouled to the plate, strike 2. For one thing, Pence is a right-hand batter, Bonds being lefty. Bonds has a closed stance, Pence is open. Pence holds the bat on his shoulder, Bonds holds it next to the side of his body. So they do choke up together quite a bit. You usually see power hitters hold it towards the end of the bat. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swinging a chopper to third. Brown makes the play backhand and behind the base. His throw is in time for out number 2. And that'll continue to make Corpus Christi upset at some of the calls because that was another close one. Two outs. Here comes House. House's 4th home run of the season gave the Hooks an early 2-0 lead, but now it is 5-2 Arkansas. At the top of the third, and Rafi trying for a perfect inning. He sent down 3 in a row. And here's the first pitch to House. It's a slider that skips up in front of the plate. 1 ball, no strikes on J.R. House. House hit a home run in his first game with the Hooks this year. And you should probably expect about 20 home runs from him this season, but it slowed down the power a little bit until today. The 1-0 pitch from Rodriguez is chopped off the plate, foul, dribbling away from third, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike to House. House trying to get back to the major leagues. Spent a handful of games with Pittsburgh a couple of years ago. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here it is, the pitch from Rodriguez. Another dribbler off the plate for the third base side, strike 2. House, a 2-sport star at 2 separate high schools. Played at Nitro High School football at West Virginia. And Seabreeze High School in Florida for baseball. Parents had dual residency, and so he was able to go back and forth. He was a star athlete in both sports. Here's the 1-2 pitch to House. Slider struck him out swinging, and the third inning is over. So Rafael Rodriguez strikes out his second of the game and pitches a 1-2-3 third. Bottom of the third coming up at Raywinder Field. It's the Travelers 5 and the Hooks 2 on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
From the hilltops of Atlanta to the California sand. Come on, one day across the nation, yeah. I'm a burrito in every
Most Burritos, 2834 North Hills Boulevard in North Little Rock by Kroger's in North Hills and McCain. Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-time trip and discover Arkansas. National's great weekend special is just what you need for a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles, from luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has two convenient locations, Little Rock Airport and North Little Rock at 3919 Black Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad in the Yellow Pages. Go your own way with National Car Rental.
1, 2, 3.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Bottom of the third coming up here at Ray Winder Field on a Wednesday night. We'd like to thank our friends from Arby's Restaurant for providing the free tickets to our fans that braved the possible storms and the gray skies and some of the cold weather and heavy winds that have come out today to this ball game. And again, thanks to Pulaski County Arby's Restaurant. 5-2, Travs leading bottom of the third. Chance to add to the lead. They started the second inning with Jason Espedo. They'll start the third also with Jason Espedo. Bill Elson with you on the broadcast. We will not be back on the air until Saturday night. Travs are off tomorrow and on Friday. Start a series at Tulsa on Saturday with a double dip that begins at 6:05. We'll have the ITT Tech pregame show at 5:45. We're on Air America Little Rock 1380. Talbot back to the hill after allowing the 5 unearned runs in the second inning. Espedo leads off and a pitch on the way. That's a called strike. Slider hit the outside corner 0-1. Espedo, Wilson, and Porter here in the third. Neither of them collected a hit in the second inning. Yet the Travs still scored 5. Pitch to Espedo is inside. Another slider. 1 ball, 1 strike. Espedo struck out in the second. He is now 4 for 12 in the series with 2 strikeouts. Here's a pitch. Left-hander hits a drive deep towards right center field. Got a chance. It is off the top of the wall. It bounces back into the field of play. The umpires have not signaled if it's a home run or not. They now signal home run, and Espedo is homered for the 3rd time in the series. It hit the top of the shell sign in right center field, and apparently not only hit the top of the sign, but scraped a bit of the screen monster. So Espedo homers for the 2nd straight game. He has 6 home runs on the year now, and the Travs lead jumps to 6-2. That's the first home run allowed by Mitch Talbot after 34 2/3 innings. Now it's Bobby Wilson with a foul ball over the roof at first base, strike 1. So Espedo is turning it on. Out of his 5 hits in this series, 3 of them have left the yard. 0-1. Wilson a chopper outside third. Foul ball as it makes its way to the Corpus Christi bullpen. It is 0-2 it's the count on Wilson. Popped up in the second inning. Bobby 3 for 8 in the series. Talbot back to work. Here's the 0-2. Wilson takes a slider that just missed high. Ball 1. Espedo in one of those grooves. If you remember last year, he homered in 6 of 7 games at one point. He's in one of those stretches now. Pitch to Wilson inside, backed him off. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count on the traveler catcher. Wilson back in there. Talbot kicks. Here it is. Swung on, the line drive, base hit over the shortstop to left center. Cortez is there to cut it off. single for Wilson is the Travelers' 7th base hit off of Talbot. One more hit, and Talbot will have allowed 8 in a game for just the second time this year. Travs are starting to swing free and easy. Out of the last 5 batters that Talbot has faced, 4 of them have collected hits, with 3 of them going for extra. Back-to-back 2-run doubles by Aaron Peel and Brandon Wood, and Espedo's leadoff homer here in the 3rd. Porter up to the plate for the Travs, 1-run home. Wilson at first, nobody out. Porter started the 2-out rally in the 2nd by taking his 6th walk of the year. Pitch on the way. Porter pops it up to the bleachers at third base. Way out of play. Strike 1. Greg makes his way back in there. Swirls the bat around a couple of times. Infield position for a double play. Good lead for Wilson. He's creeping off. Pitch. Porter takes it high and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike, and action. Starting to get ready in the Corpus Christi bullpen is right-hander John Skaggs. Right-hander ready. Talbot set. Long pause. Here's the pitch. Swung on, chopper to first. Stepping on the bag. Fagan gets the out, throws to second base, and Wilson is tagged out to complete the double play. Shortstop Zobrist getting the final put out on that. It'll go 3-6. So 2 outs, bringing up Matt Pauley. And Porter hits into a double play for only the 3rd time this year. So 2 outs and no one on. Pauley reached on possibly the biggest play of the 2nd inning. An error by the then second baseman Josh Bonifay, and he has since been ejected. Pitch to Pauley is a curve low, ball 1. Pauley joined the Travelers last week following the promotion of Mike Elwood. Is 2 for 8 with the Travs. Left-hand batter swings out the 1-0. Sharp grounder, gloved it short by Zobrist on a hop. His throw to first is on the money and in time for the final out of the 3rd inning. So the Travs are finished in the 3rd, but Jason Espedo's leadoff homer is all they'll get. 1 run, 2 hits, nobody left. 3 innings complete at Ray Winder Field. Travelers lead the Hooks 6-2 on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with Deductible Rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible rewards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Stone Lakes Golf Course is one of Central Arkansas's hidden sports gems. Located just 1 mile off I-440 on Faulkner Lake Road, Stone Lake features a unique lake-style course and some of the most reasonable green speeds around, complete with driving range plus chipping and putting greens and a full-range snack bar. Stone Lake has everything a good duffer needs. Check out a hole-by-hole description on stonelakes.net or call 945-0945 for Stone Lake.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
3 innings in the scorebook here at Ray Winder Field. We'll go through the totals in just a moment. Phil Elson with you on a Wednesday night in Little Rock with cloud cover overhead. Lights are on. It is getting cooler by the moment. Feels like a regular old spring ball game. But it has been a rather exciting 3 innings. Travelers fell behind 2-0 in the first on a J.R. House 2-run homer, but then Arkansas scores 5 unearned runs in the second. Aaron Peel and Brandon Wood had back-to-back 2-run doubles, and Jason Espedo started the 3rd with a home run. So 6-2 Arkansas. With Osvaldo Fernando leading off the fourth inning, Rafael Rodriguez fires a little bit high and inside, ball one. The totals for the Hooks are 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error. They've stranded a couple of men. Rodriguez has allowed the 3 hits over the first 2 innings. He's retired 4 straight. Fernando, a right-hand batter, takes it low, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. Fernando getting his first at-bat of the game after Josh Bonifay was ejected in the second inning. Made contact with one of the replacement umpires. Fernando hitting an even 100. That's 4 hits and 40 at-bats. No homers, no RBIs, all hit singles. Here's the 2-0 from Rafi, and it is inside, backing Fernando off, ball 3. Travelers total 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Travelers stranded 2. Rodriguez has walked 1 man, and that was Bonifay, also in the 5 spot back in the first inning. Fernando will take all the way, and it's a strike. You could probably expect him to take another pitch. Traz has seen Fernando start only 1 game. He's been a defensive replacement and a pinch runner more often than not against the Traz. 3-1 the count. Rodriguez back to the plate with a pitch, and it is a strike on the outside corner. Fernando was already across the plate starting to walk to first, but he'll go back in there with a 3-2 count. Skaggs still getting ready in the Corpus Christi bullpen, and that makes you think Mitch Talbot will not be returning for the fourth. 3-2 from Rafi to Fernando to start the top of the fourth. Pitch high, fly down the right field line, going into foul territory. Long run for Pauly, and he can't get there. It's into the bullpen. Down into the dark nether regions of the right field corner, which is one of the darkest spots on the field, in any field in the Texas League, here at Ray Winder Field in Little Rock. Rodriguez waiting for Pauly to get back into position. He does. Rodriguez raises his arms up, takes a deep breath. Fernando stands back in. A full count to start the fourth inning. Rodriguez with the sign, takes his breath, covers his face with his glove, and here comes the windup. Fernando swings at the pitch, a flare and a shallow right. Pauly measuring it, coming in, and makes the catch. Nice job by Rodriguez, coming back from trailing in the count 3-0. Walter Young coming up now for the Hooks. Checking the finals out of the Texas League, we'd have 1 game canceled. That was at Springfield, where San Antonio and the Cardinals tried to play. They waited 3 hours before the Cardinals front office finally gave up. And it's the second rain out for Springfield in a week after not raining out all last year. Young, a big left-hand batter. And a pitch is chopped to first base. Porter makes the play, and he'll flip underhanded to Rodriguez for the putout. 3-1, 2 gone, and Young is 0 for 2. Final scores, morning action in Midland and Frisco. Midland came back in the bottom of the ninth, beating Tulsa 6-5. Drillers had a 2-run lead in the bottom of the ninth. Midland scored 3. Manuel Corpus blew the save. He drops to 1-1. Jared Burton was the winning pitcher. He's 2-0. Only homer of the game was hit by Driller first baseman Joe Kashansky, his 6th of the year. Standing into the plate, Sandberg. Right-hand batter, flied out in the second. Pitch on the way, and the check swing on the slider. They want the appeal. Did he go? No. First base umpire Pinky Tuscadero said so, and the count is 1 ball, no strikes. The other final was at Frisco, where Wichita pummeled the Rough Riders 9-4. That was the 3rd straight win for the Wranglers over Frisco. The 1-0 pitch. Sandberg a drive to left field. The Teal coming in, and he makes a basket catch on a solid line drive. The fourth inning is over, and Rodriguez has set down the last 7 batters. So the Travelers take a 6-2 lead into the bottom of the fourth here at Ray Winder Field on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KTXE.
Choose your reward with Arkansas Federal's new Platinum Rewards MasterCard. Cashback, airline miles, or merchandise points, and you'll never pay an annual fee. For limited time, we'll give you 1,000 reward points, and you'll get a low 6.9% annual percentage rate for the life of balance transfers. For details, call Arkansas Federal Credit Union at 982-1000 or apply online at ascu.org. Arkansas Federal, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like Park, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
Faithfully chronicling the Bush administration implosion.
Air America Little Rock.
1380 KDXE North Little Rock.
Back to the bottom of the 4th inning here at Ray Winder Field. There's a new pitcher on the mound for Corpus Christi. They brought on John Skaggs to replace his Mitch Talbot. Shorter start of the season for Talbot by far. Previously, it had gone 4 2/3 innings in a 9-3 loss to Frisco on April 14th. But today, Talbot goes only 3 innings and surrenders 7 base hits, 6 runs, but just 1 of them earned. He walked the batter and struck out 1, and Talbot, who started the game with a record of 1-2, can do no better than a no decision. So it is Skaggs to take it from here. Travis has seen Skaggs a few times, and he has had a world of trouble with control. Hard thrower, the good curveball. But Skaggs this year has walked 20 hitters in 21 1/3 innings. When it comes to pitching against Arkansas, Skaggs has walked 6 in 5 innings and allowed 7 hits and 7 runs. Eric Rodlin is the first man Skaggs faces, and he begins in with a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Rodlin drove in the Travelers' first run with a bouncing single to center field, scoring Porter in the 2nd inning. It hit Rodlin on the right elbow, and he turns around, spins towards first base, and will take the bag himself. So Skaggs' control numbers continue to go further south as he hits his 2nd batter of the year to go along with those 20 walks, 22 strikeouts, and a 633 earned run average. So Rodlin is plunked. Eric hit by a pitch for just the 2nd time this year. Dwayne Bacon is waiting to go into the batter's circle as Rodlin puts on his running glove. 6-2 Arkansas at the bottom of the 4th inning. Perhaps knocking Mitch Talbot from the game following only 3 innings of work and 57 pitches. Bacon at the top of the order is 2 for 2. Sandberg creeps up at 3rd. From the stretch, Skaggs throws to first base and almost threw it away. Bacon, the first baseman, not only had to reach over the body of Eric Rodlin, who dove back into the base, but then he tripped over Rodlin's body, kept his footing. Bacon singled in the 1st and in the 2nd. 2nd inning single was a little controversial. They thought that Rodlin had been forced out at second base on that play. He'll look to bunt. He offers and misses at a high fastball. Strike 1. The next batter in the 2nd inning following Bacon's infield single was Aaron Peel. With the bases loaded, he drove a double through the 3rd baseman Jared Sandberg, and Bacon was safe at 3rd base on that double, and that is where all the controversy really began when Josh Bonifay inadvertently bumped the umpire and was ejected after arguing the call. Skaggs throws a strike to Bacon at the letters. It was a high slider, and it's 0-2. So Bacon falls deep into the hole as he tries to continue this 4th inning with nobody out. Rodlin leading away from first, held on by Fagan. Skaggs ready, and here's the pitch. Fastball outside, ball 1. Travs are very patient against Skaggs. They'll try to bunt Bacon inside. Another throw to first base is not in time. Travelers usually not a very patient team. They're aggressive at the plate and swing quite often, but against a pitcher such as Skaggs, who earlier this year against the Travelers walked 3 consecutive men with the bases loaded, a lot of times it's better to take a pitch. Here's a slider, and it is a little bit high, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Bacon, nobody out. Rodlin at first. 6-2 Travelers, bottom 4. Nightfall is settled into Central Arkansas. Flags fluttering on the scoreboard on the left. Out towards left field. And it's a 2-2 count. Pitch with Rodlin running. Swung on and driven by Bacon at deep right field. Pence back, and that is over his head. Hits the fence. Picks it up. Fires to the infield. Travelers have men at second and third with nobody out of the 4th inning on Bacon's third base hit of the game. Boy, Dwayne Bacon, just when you don't expect it, turns on a pitch and came close to his 4th home run of the season, but instead it'll be his 7th double. And give credit to Hunter Pence. He played that ball very nicely off the wooden billboard. Didn't get away from him, and that saved a run, at least for the time being. With the Travs leading by 4, and with men at second and third and nobody out, Corpus brings the infield about halfway in. Middle infielders 1 step further behind the baseline. Corners even. Stretch, and the pitch to Peel is a strike on the inside corner, and it's 0-1. First inning, Peel grounded to second. Second inning, he had a bases-loaded 2-run double through the third baseman, and that put the Travs ahead. At that point, 3-2, and he would later score in Wood's double. Here's the 0-1 to Peel. Swung on and missed on a big curveball from Skaggs. Strike 2. So Peel now has driven in 13 runs on the season. And solid contact to the outfield should make it another RBI. The 0-2 is high, ball 1. On deck, Brandon Wood. Taking a huge lead at second. Here's the 1-2. Peel, a pitcher to the mound, played by the pitcher. Easy play. Skaggs looks Rodlin back to third and gets the out at first, 1-3. Ball was hit fairly well by Peel, but right back to the mound, and Skaggs didn't have any trouble scooping that one up. One away, bringing up Brandon Wood. Wood, who struck out of the first inning, made up for that with a 2-run double to right center in the second. 11 doubles on the year and 28 RBIs. Infield still playing for the out at home, though they're a step further back now. Pitch to Wood is a strike on the low outside corner, and it's 0-1 to Brandon. Wood now with 4 runs batted in against the Hooks. He's only driven in 2 in his first 6 games against Corpus. 2 ducks in the pond for the moment. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball low, 1-1 from Skaggs to Wood. Rodlin hit by a pitch to start the inning. Bacon doubled Eric to third, and Peel bounces to the mound. Brings Wood to the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tall right-hander set. Skaggs delivers. Wood swings at the curve and pops it up in front of the plate. Tosses the bat aside. House gives way to the first baseman, Fagan, and Fagan makes the catch for out number 2. Travelers finding themselves struggling once again with men on base here in the 4th inning. Peel and Wood both had second and third with less than 2 outs and cannot bring in the run. So Matt Brown will try to clean it up. Brown has had 2 RBI opportunities and has ended an inning twice, leaving Bacon at third in the first with a ground out, leaving Wood at second base in the second with a pop-up. 2 on, 2 out, righty versus righty. Here's Skaggs' pitch. A slider that didn't slide. It was high, ball 1. Brown hitless in his last 6 at-bats and 2 for 14 in the series. Average has fallen under 330 for the first time this year. Base hits and score a pair. Browns ahead by 4, looking for more. The 1-0 to Brown. Swung on, ground ball to third, played off the line by Sandberg. He'll pro hop, he'll flip across, and the Travelers are done to the 4th inning. Had a golden opportunity to stretch the lead by 2 more runs, but they have 1 hit and 2 in scoring position. 4 innings in the books, heading into the 5th. Arkansas Travelers 6, Corpus Christi Hooks 2 on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is just trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress headache, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Asheboro, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
AgPro knows you're patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Monday. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Traveler Baseball returning to Ray Winder Field next week, Wednesday, May the 17th. It'll be a quick 5-game series against the Springfield Cardinals. Vladimir Guerrero figurines to the first 1,000 paid adults on Friday, May the 19th, courtesy of the Angels. And Reese's Really Nuts. It'll be a nutty day Friday, May 19th. We'll get into the details in just a moment. Here in the 5th inning, Rafael Rodriguez holding on to a 6-2 Traveler lead against Corpus. Jorge Cortez starts off by taking a curveball for strike one. Rodriguez has retired the last 7 batters in order, and 10 of the last 11 he is retired. But Cortez will end all that with a ground ball passed out and into center field. A leadoff single for Jorge Cortez. And it is base hit number 4 for the Corpus Christi Hooks. Here comes John Fagan. Well, Reese's Really Nuts are the brand new product from Reese's. They are nutty people. And back on Friday, May 19th, we will have Reese's Really Nuts Night, most passionate fan contest to see just who exactly is most nuts about the Travs, and a peanut throwing contest. So warm up your arms and your fingers, and try not to throw your arm out before the peanut throwing contest here at Ray Winder Field on Friday, May the 19th. It's that aim ready. The fans will receive a sample of Reese's Really Nuts as they leave the ballpark Friday, May 19th, and also giving away those figurines of Angels star outfielder Vladimir Guerrero. Here's Fagan, right-hand batter. Rodriguez from the stretch with a fastball for strike one. 0-1 on Fagan, who singled in the second inning. He had been the last batter to reach base against Rafi until this single by Cortez to start the top of the 5th. Fagan is 3 for 8 in the series and hitting .268 now. Rodriguez gets a look at the runner as he goes to the stretch. With no outs, he delivers the 0-1 into the dirt, blocked by Wilson, rolls to the right side, but Cortez was off and gets into second base on a wild pitch, no throw. Wild pitch for Rodriguez is the third. He is thrown as a Traveler. He tossed 2 wild pitches in his first Double-A start. And that'll take away the chance for the easy double play. Saturday, May the 20th here at Ray Winder Field. We're back to replica jersey night. First 1,000 paid kids with a $3 kids general admission get a free replica jersey, courtesy of Milk and KATV Channel 7. That is Saturday, May 20th here at Ray Winder Field. Rodriguez ready with a 1-1 count. Wood backs off from short. The slider is a strike on the outside corner. 1-2. Travs took the team photo this year over at the giant hole in North Little Rock that next year will be called Dickey Stevens Park. That team photo will be available to the first 1,500 families on Sunday, May 21st. 2 o'clock first pitch on Team Photo Day, brought to you by Lando Frost. Here's Rodriguez with a 1-2 to Fagan. Swung on, fouled off of the fence behind the plate. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. So it is a quick 5-game series against Springfield. First time that the Cardinals come to Little Rock this year. Of course, the Cardinals will be the visiting team at the first ever game at Dickey Stevens Park, April 5th of next year. And the Cardinals will be the final game here at Ray Winder Field as well on September 3rd. 1-2, Fagan a little looper towards second, caught by Eric Rodlin in the air. He'll hold on to it. Cortez got back into the base. So the pop-up by Fagan is the first out of the 5th inning. To the top of the order now is Josh Anderson. For the 3rd time he comes to the plate. Travelers 6, hooks 2. Anderson singled in the 1st inning, beating a ground ball to first base. He would score on the front end of House's home run. Anderson was the final out of the 2nd with a line out to left field. A left-hand batter, so that sends the 3rd baseman Brown way off the line. He comes to the cut of the grass. From second, Cortez leads, Wood right behind him. Here's Rafi's pitch. It is chopped foul by Anderson, strike 1. Finals out of the major leagues today. Minnesota defeats Texas 4-3. Texas had a lead going into the 8th inning, but into the 7th inning, but Vicente Padilla walked 2 men and hit 2 batters and takes the loss. Here's the 0-1. Anderson a swing and a broken bat. Base hit past first down the line. It'll score Cortez. Anderson wants a double. Holly picks up the ball, and his throw to second is right of the money, but not in time. RBI double for Anderson. Cuts the Traveler lead in half. 6-3 here in the 5th inning, and Anderson with his 2nd base hit of the game. And a broken bat double at that. RBI number 12 for Anderson. And that brings Ben Zobrist up. Well, Anderson continues to pound the ball. That's his 26th hit over the last 14 games. Kansas City beat Cleveland to complete a sweep 10-8. Cleveland was the darling of everybody in the Central, but they have now fallen under 500 to 17-18. Batter Zobrist leans back in the box. He is 0 for 2, but he's hit the ball hard twice. Rodriguez steps off the rubber and looks Anderson back to second. 1 away. Zobrist has lined out to second and grounded out hard to second base. 6 for 15 in the series. Rodriguez gets a look at the runner, deals, hits in the dirt, blocked by Wilson, rolls to the 3rd base line, and Anderson will hold. 1 ball, no strikes on Zobrist. Tampa Bay shut out Seattle 1-0. Scott Kazmir picking up his 5th win. He outduels Jamie Moyer. Kazmir struck out 9 in 7 innings. Allowed only 3 base hits. Moyer allowed only 1 run in 8 innings, but that was enough. Rodriguez ready. And the 1-0 pitch is ripped down to the right field corner for a base hit by Zobrist. Anderson trotting around third to score, and Zobrist finishes at second base with a stand-up double, and it's now 6-4 Arkansas here in the 5th inning. So the tying run comes up to the plate in the form of Hunter Pence. So Rodriguez, who had set down 7 in a row from the 2nd through the 4th inning, is getting rocked here in the 5th. Leadoff single by Cortez. The wild pitch took out any chance of a double play. And with 1 out, back-to-back doubles by Anderson and Zobrist, and that 2-base hit for Zobrist will give him a 10-game hit streak. So Ken Patterson makes his 2nd visit to the mound today. Rodriguez allowing 6 hits and 4 runs over 4 1/3 innings. And his struggles at Double-A continue. Brent Del Chiaro is jogging to the right field bullpen, and we may get some action in the Traveler pen shortly. Pence is a batter. He's already homered twice in this series. He's 0 for 2 today, however. Rodriguez delivers the pitch. The slider for strike 1. Gets ahead. Big pitch there. Pence has grounded out twice to the left side of the infield, to short and to third. 4 for 14 in the series. All 4 of his hits have brought home RBI. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on, ground ball to the hole. It's short. Brown boots it, recovers, quickly gets rid of it to first base, and it is in time for out number 2. And he holds Zobrist at second. Great play by Brown. Nice to see that when you boot it the first time, you stay right with the ball, and you know that you still got that second shot. Here comes House. Here comes House, who was homered and struck out today. Rodriguez facing House for the third time today. Represents the tying run. And he'll glance to the runner and deliver. House backs away from a fastball. 1-0. Crabs had a 6-2 lead coming into the fifth inning. It's now dwindled down to 6-4. Wilson wants it on the inside corner. Here it is. Slider, strike one at the knee. Now remember, the Travelers twice in this game already have had runners not only in scoring position with less than 2 outs, but runners at third base with less than 2 outs and haven't brought them in. 5 runs in the second, all unearned, and a homer by Espedo in the third. The 1-1 is low, 2 balls, 1 strike. So even if a couple of fly balls would have been hit in the first and fourth innings, the Travs would have at the very least, 2 more runs, and it would still be a comfortable 4-run lead. Rodriguez ready with a 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. Slider, House is swinging a miss, 2-2. 4 runs on 6 hits for the Hooks. Travs, 6 runs on 8 base hits. It's the kind of matchup you expect from 2 of the top hitting teams in the league. Hooks batting .279 at the start of the day. Travs at .275. 2-2 pitch to House. Outside, the slider missing, ball 3. The Jason Espedo homer is the 40th hit by the Travelers this year to lead all Texas League teams. Corpus Christi has strung together more hits than any team in the league. 307. The count full. Fernando on deck. Rodriguez delivers a fastball right down the middle. House takes strike 3, and the 5th inning is over. So the Hooks scored 2 runs on 3 hits. They strand a man, and we go to the bottom of the 5th inning with the Travelers leading Corpus Christi 6-4 on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KTXE.
You know, to become the best barbecue restaurant in Little Rock, it takes dedicated people like us here at the Pig and Tick that are willing to wake up with the pigs to make sure that we bring home the best of the best in them hogs. No, it's not the job for everyone, but you got to do what you got to do to make sure that every day is the best dang hog day ever. And here at the Pig and Tick, it's always the best. We slow cook our barbecues daily, making sure that it's lip-hugging good. Heck, we're known as the Great American Barbecue House here in Little Rock. We're also known around these parts as having the best dang catfish anywhere. So no matter what you're in the mood for, ribs, catfish, chicken, here at Pig and Tick, you'll always get the best meal in town. So come join us for lunch, dinner, or even let us cater your next event. Here at Pig and Tick, we take catering seriously, and we're going to make sure that your event is a huge success.
Pig in or pig out at Pig and Tick, located at 7824 JFK in Sherwood. Call us for takeout at 834-5456. And it's the same number for catering, 834-5456. Here at Pig and Tick, people start pigging out at 10:30 a.m. daily and don't stop till 9 p.m. Oh, by the way, did I mention the catfish?
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back to action after 4.5 innings of play. We are halfway through tonight's ball game. Arkansas Travelers 6, Corpus Christi Hooks 4. Hold on to your hats, folks. This one's going down to the wire today, and I don't think there's any doubt about that. The 2 teams swinging free and easy today. One team in the Hooks seemed to be a little bit fired up. They lost their second baseman, Josh Boniface, to an ejection in the second inning, and the Travs rallied to take the lead with 5 runs. The last Traveler run came in the third on a leadoff homer by Jason Espedo, and Espedo stands into the plate to begin the fifth. Espedo has hit 6 home runs this year, and 3 of them as a leadoff batter. Skaggs delivers the first pitch, and it's fouled off the left side, strike one. In fact, Espedo was leading off for the third time today. Struck out of the second, the homer in the third went to right center. Left-hand batter, Skaggs a righty in his second inning. Pitch on the way, swinging a dribbler behind the plate, strike two. He went after the slider. No balls, 2 strikes on Espedo, followed by Bobby Wilson and Greg Porter. Skaggs allowed 2 men to reach before retiring a batter in the fourth, but stranded both men in scoring position. 0-2 to Espedo. Check swing, pitch into the dirt, appeal to third, mouths, and he didn't go. Skaggs made some clutch pitches in the fourth inning. Travs have had no trouble getting men on base today. And remember, they did need an error by the hooks in the second to score 5 unearned runs. The 1-2 skipped into the dirt again. Another check swing and another appeal. And again, Ralph Mouth at third base says he did not go. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Espedo with Wilson and Porter to follow against Skaggs. Travelers have collected 8 base hits today. 1 walk, 1 error, 1 hit batter. So that's 11 base runners. 2-2, and it may have hit Espedo. It did hit Espedo. A slider that came inside, and Espedo, as we know, he's really never going to try to get out of the way of the pitch, and he really knows how to even look like he's trying to get out of the way to where he really isn't, and it more or less is just putting his elbow in towards the pitch. That is the 5th time Espedo's been hit by a pitch. One of 3 Travelers to get hit by 5 pitches this year, along with David Gates and Aaron Peel. So it's the second batter that Skaggs hits by a pitch to lead off an inning. Now Bobby Wilson will bat. Pitch on the way. Low fastball, ball 1. You need to remember back against the Wichita Wranglers last month when Espedo won the game getting hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the 9th inning with a tie score. He knows what he's doing. 1-0 the count. Over to first. Espedo dives back in. He's safe. Travelers 6. Hooks 4. Hooks had a 2-0 lead of the first. Travs had a 5-2 lead going into the third. Scored a run on the Espedo homer. Led 6-2 going into the fourth. Corpus finished a 2-run rally in the 5th. Here's the pitch to Wilson. Hit him with the pitch, and that's 2 in a row hit by Skaggs. That was high and tight on Wilson. The fastball hit him on the... He was able to turn around and get hit on the back instead. Skaggs came towards the plate umpire to take the ball. He and Wilson exchanged a couple of glances, but no words. I mean, remember that John Skaggs has no real good track record on throwing strikes this year. He's hit 3 batters out of the, let's see here, 7 men that he's faced. I mean, if you walk 20 hitters out of the 21 in the third innings he pitched coming into this game, he hit 3 more. You would get the sense that if he was trying to throw at a Traveler hitter, he would miss him. So 2 on, nobody out for Greg Porter. Porter 0 for 1, hit into a double play last time. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Handcuffed him with a slider, and it's 0-1. There is a left-hander getting ready in the Corpus Christi bullpen. Because if Skaggs continues to stay in the game, someone's going to lose an arm. 0-1 the count. Pitch on the way. Porter takes a strike on the inside corner. So Skaggs, who had hit batters with 2 out of 3 pitches, has thrown 2 beautiful pitches on the inside corner to Porter. Matt Pauley on deck. This is where the Travs have struggled today, with men on base and nobody out. The 0-2. Outside, a fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Porter, who is hitting .282. He's driven in 14 runs this year, but 8 of those RBIs have come over the last 7 games. Good leads by the runners. Shortstop Zobrist backs away from second, and the pitch to Porter is on the outside corner, strike 3 call. So the first out of the fifth inning, a backwards K on Porter, and he walks away from the plate with a few words for the plate umpire, Alfred Del Vecchio. And here comes Pauly. Very weird game today, no doubt. It has the feeling of, getaway day, which always seems to be an odd day. Corpus Christi leaving town right after this one. Pauly, left-hand batter, here it is. A slider for strike one at the knees. Pauly reached in the second on a ground ball that was booted by then second baseman Josh Bonifay. Pauly grounded out in the third inning. He is 2 for 9 as a Trav. 2 ducks on the pond, attempting for his first Double-A RBI. Pitch on the way. Swung on, ground ball to shortstop. Zobrist up with it, over to Fernando. Fernando to first, and it's a late relay. So Pauly does not hit into a double play. You'll have runners at the corners and 2 outs now after the fielder's choice. So 6-4 at second, forcing out Wilson. Here comes Rodland. Aaron Wells, the Traveler trainer, gets out of the dugout. Wilson was slow in getting up from second base, but he jogs back across the field and appears to be all right. He's checking his left wrist and may have awkwardly slid into second base, breaking up the double play. So here's Rodland. Rodland, one of the top clutch hitters on the team, batting .357 with a man in scoring position and 2 outs. Rodland delivered an RBI single with 2 outs in the second inning and was hit by a Skaggs fastball in the fourth. Right-hand pitcher against a left-hand batter. A hole through the shortstop area. Here's a first pitch. It's a slider for strike one. Skaggs has started the last 3 hitters off with sliders and has gotten the strike each time. Espino at third, Pauly at first. Fernando playing deep at second, 1 step to the outfield. Skaggs is ready. It's an 0-1 pitch. Instead he throws, or he steps to third and looks at first and doesn't throw. RBIs in the season for Rodland. 4 of them in a spot just like this. 2 outs. Man at third. Throw to first base. Pauly dives back. He is safe. Travs leading 6-4. 6-4 is not going to be the final score of this game. This ball game has the feel of a roller coaster to it. Right now, the Travs in front. You need the hit from Rodland. 0-1 pitch. Swinging a flare over shortstop. It's going to fall in for a base hit to left center. Rodland drives in his second run of the game with his second hit. And it's 7-4 Travelers here in the 5th inning as Espino scores. Rodland with that little slicing swing has got it over shortstop Zobrist by a good 20 feet into shallow left center. Perfect placement by Eric Rodland. He is 2 for 2 with 2 runs batted in. Top of the order now, and Dwayne Bacon trying for a 4-hit game. Bacon has singled twice, doubled once, and scored a run. He'll bat left-handed. Travs leading by 3. Pauly and Rodland on the bases. And Skaggs checks the runners, delivers right down the pipe. A fastball, strike one called. Outfield is shallow and left and center. Right fielder Pence playing a couple of steps back. Bacon hit a ball over his head last at bat. The 0-1 pitch is a strike on the inside corner. Another fastball by Skaggs. And it is 0-2. The left-hander getting ready in the Corpus bullpen is Blake Allen. Skaggs is in his second inning of work. Hit 3 batters, allowed 2 hits and 1 run. The 0-2 bounces in the dirt, bounces over House now. Runners will try to advance, and they do with no throw. A wild pitch by Skaggs takes away the force out. And now it is second and third with 2 outs and a 1-2 count to Dwayne Bacon. So Skaggs has done just about everything but walk a batter with the 3 hit batters. The wild pitch now. 1-2 on Bacon. A base hit would make it 9-4. Into the stretch, Skaggs. The kick and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out with a fastball that dove under the bat. Travs managed 1 run in the 5th inning on only 1 base hit. No errors. 2 men left in scoring position. 5 innings complete heading into the 6th. Travelers 7, Hooks 4 on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KTXE.
At Gary Eubanks and Associates, you've heard us talk about what we bring to the table. You ask what that means to you. Well, these verdicts and settlements are real results we've achieved for our clients, as large as $19 million for one case. While facts differ and results vary on each case, you should put this experience on your side. Insurance companies notice, and that creates settlement. And remember, at Gary Eubanks and Associates, we'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
1, 2, 3.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
Choose your reward with Arkansas Federal's new Platinum Rewards MasterCard. Cashback, airline miles, or merchandise points, and you'll never pay an annual fee. For limited time, we'll give you 1,000 reward points, and you'll get a low 6.9% annual percentage rate for the life of balance transfers. For details, call Arkansas Federal Credit Union at 982-1000 or apply online at ascu.org. Arkansas Federal, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
The sounds of SpongeBob SquarePants echoing through the rafters at 74-year-old Ray Winder Field. The Texas League All-Star Game will be played here at this old yard, and I'm betting we're going to play SpongeBob SquarePants quite a few times on June 20th when the best of the North take on the best of the South in the mid-season classic here at your old ballpark. Tickets are on sale right now at the Ray Winder Field box office. $8 box seats, no discounts for kids for the box seats, but there is a discount for kids in the GA section. $3 kids, $6 adults. June 20th is the game for the Texas League All-Star Game at Ray Winder Field, brought to you by Arkansas Federal Credit Union, the official credit union of the Arkansas Travelers. Rafael Rodriguez holding on to a 7-4 lead, starts Osvaldo Fernando with a strike. And back to work with the 0-1. Here it is. Right-hand batter swings and misses at a slider, strike 2. Rodriguez gave up 2 runs on 2 hits in the first inning and 2 runs on 3 hits in the 5th. In between, in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, this allowed 1 base runner. So he's been bookended. 3 strong innings in the middle. The 0-2 fisted into the screen behind the plate. Fernando swung at a pitch that may have actually hit him in the 5th. And what a nice play by the ball boy, who made the play off of the screen without allowing the ball to hit the ground. He gets a fist pound from the on-deck batter, from the batter in the hole, Jared Sandberg. Here's an 0-2. Fernando, a soft line drive base hit into center field. That is his 5th hit in this year in 41 at-bats. Takes a wide turn at first and holds with a single. And the leadoff man is aboard, which will continue the troubles for Rafael Rodriguez. So Osvaldo Fernando is now 1 for 2 today and 4 for 42 on the season. Got to retire a batter who is 4 for 41 when you get ahead 0-2. So here comes big Walter Young, who is 0 for 2, struck out on the first, grounded out in the 4th. He is 0 for 5 with Corpus Christi in 2 games. Pitch on the way, into the dirt, dug out by Wilson, ball 1. Walter hails from Purvis, Mississippi. He was born in Hattiesburg. Waiver claimed by the Orioles from the Pirates in 2003. Went to the Padres this year. And now with the Astros. The 1-0. Swung on. Ground ball foul. Outside of first. 1 ball, 1 strike. Teams have combined for 11 runs and 16 hits. I guess we're back to what happened on Monday when they combined for 20 runs and 31 hits. Yesterday, the combination was only 5 runs and 15 hits. Rodriguez comes set. Fernando an aggressive-looking lead. The pitch is a slider for strike 2 to Young, and Fernando holding at first. We get action in the Traveler bullpen for the first time today. Right-hander Alan Buckley begins to throw. Rodriguez might not go much more here in the 6th inning. He's thrown about 84 pitches. A 1-2 count. Set position of the belt. Fernando runs. It's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Throw to second is not going to be in time. It goes into center field. Fernando is up, and he'll get to third as Bacon bobbles the ball in center. A chance for the strike him out, throw him out, but Fernando steals second and goes to third base on the errant throw by Wilson. Tough pitch to throw on as Rodriguez strikes out Young with a slider. And I tell you, it looked like Wilson's throw was going to be in time to get Fernando, but it went right into the dirt in front of second base. Neither Wood nor Rodlin could dig it out. So the strikeout of Young for the first out of the inning. Infield will play back with a 3-run lead. Jared Sandberg now stands into the plate. He's 0 for 2. Right-hand batter. Rodriguez needs the strikeout. Here's a pitch. It is a base hit into left field. Hung went right down the middle. A single for Sandberg makes it 7-5. So Sandberg now 1 for 3. That's the 8th base hit of the night for the Hook. Cortez coming up next. 7-5 score in the 6th inning. Cortez singled and scored in the 5th. He's 1 for 2, left-hand hitter. He represents the tying run. Pitch on the way. Almost hit him, low and in, 1 ball, no strike. Rodriguez, I don't know how much he has left here. He's had to work hard to get through this part. And that 2-run lead is too valuable to let slip away. Stretch, 1-0 pitch. In the dirt again, bouncing away from Wilson, and going to second is Sandberg on another wild pitch. Second wild pitch in as many innings for Rafael Rodriguez. It's a 2-0 count, and Alan Buckley cannot warm up quickly enough. Out of the last 9 hitters Rafi has faced, he has allowed 5 hits, plus the 2 wild pitches. 2-0 to Cortez, and the pitch on the way. Inside again, 3-0. If Rafi isn't careful, he's going to put the tying run aboard and bring up the go-ahead run. Rodriguez has walked only 1 hitter and has not had great command today. It's a 3-0 pitch right down the pike, strike 1. Need to get this batter out. Rodriguez into the stretch on a 3-1 count. Glances at the runner. Pitch on the way. Change up, high and inside, ball 4. Looks like Rafi tried to aim that pitch. Cortez wasn't having any of it. That's going to be it for Rodriguez. Ty Boykin is out of the dugout. He's making the change. Alan Buckley is ready to go. Rodriguez last 5 1/3 innings tonight, surrendering 8 base hits, as of now 5 runs, and responsible for the 2 men he leaves on base here in the 6th. We'll take a 60-second break with the call to the bullpen brought to you by the new AT&T. Turn a double play with AT&T Yahoo high-speed internet. You can make calls and access the internet at the same time using just 1 line. Find out more online at thenewatt.com. The new AT&T, your world delivered. Alan Buckley is the new pitcher for the Travs, trying to hold on to a 7-5 lead in the 6th inning on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Kirk Woolsey, we happen to know that you are the world's worst backseat driver, which means, Kirk, that you like to be in control. So check out ATT.com. You can see all our best deals, like 12 months of true high-speed internet for just $12.99 a month when you order online. If you switch from your old cable company, you can get 3 months free. And with AT&T Account Manager, you can see your account activity, add services, and pay your bills online, all in one place. So that's Kirk's world. For everybody who's not Kirk, If ATT.com can deliver online control to him, it can do the same for you. Switch to the new AT&T at ATT.com, and you'll be in the driver's seat, as long as you're not riding with Kirk. SBC is now the new AT&T. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Taxes, other charges, and federal universal service cost recovery Fiesta. High-speed internet will credit applied after 3 months paid service and excludes FUSF cost recovery and other fees. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-416-6471 toll-free or visit att.com/offer details. Not available in all areas.
Travs dip into the bullpen here in the 6th inning, bring out Alan Buckley, who has been one of the more dependable Traveler relievers this year. Big 6'6" right-hander from Brandon, Mississippi, makes his 9th appearance of the season. Carries an ERA of 2.29. Batting average against him only 2.36. Buckley has also been outstanding at getting out of tight situations, and he enters the game in the 6th with a 2-run lead. Travs 7, Hooks 5. But Buckley inherits the tying runs on base. At second base, Jared Sandberg. Jorge Cortez at first. The batter is John Fagan, right-hand hitter who's 1 for 2. Single in the 2nd. Flair to second base in the 5th. 1 away here in the 6th inning. Buckley from the stretch. Fagan waiting. Pitch on the way. Curve low, 1 ball, no strikes. It's been a while for Buckley. 5 days since he last appeared in a game. He's been used more or less as the long reliever for the Travelers, as all but 2 of his 8 appearances have been 2 or more innings, which as many as 4 innings once. Hasn't allowed a run in his last 5 outings. And here he's just trying to keep it a tie game. There are men on base do not belong to him. The 1-0 is a strike down the middle, 1 ball, 1 strike. Did I say keep it a tie game? I meant keep the Travs in front. 7-5 here in the 6th inning. 1-1 to Fagan, a 263 hitter with 13 runs batted in. He drove in 3 in Corpus Christi's 15-5 victory Monday morning. Double play death for the Travs. Rodlin holding the runner from second. The 1-1 pitch is a high curveball, 2-1. Buckley is a ground ball pitcher. Fagan has hit into a couple of, has not hit into any double play. The 2-1 pitch, line drive to left center, base hit. Bacon hustles over, picks it up. Here comes Sandberg around third. Bacon drops the ball. He'll throw to third base, and the throw is not in time to get the out at third base. And Cortez, who represents the tying run, is now at third with only 1 away. RBI single for Fagan, knocking in Sandberg. Bacon is charged with the Travs' second error of this inning, allowing Cortez to get into third base. So this goofy game continues to play weird. Fagan held at first base on the throw into third base. Travelers' lead is 7-6, but a fly ball by Anderson will tie the game. Bacon struggles in center field continue, his second error of the year. Unable to field a ground ball base hit. Action of the Traveler bullpen again. Bill Edwards is warming up. Buckley to face the left-hand hitting Anderson, who's 2 for 3. First pitch, outside corner, strike 1. So the Travs had a 4-run lead after the 3rd inning. They even added to it in the 5th. But Corpus Christi has cut it to a 1-run ball game. Anderson had an RBI double last time to the plate. Porter holding the runner at first. Here's the 0-1. Ground ball up the middle. Rodlin trying to start 2. Flips to Wood. Over to first. Double play. Ends the 6th inning, and that one is huge. Anderson rarely hits into the double play. That one goes 4-6-3, and the Travs escaped the 6th inning, still with the lead, but now it is 7-6. 2 runs for the Hooks in the 6th inning on 3 base hits, 2 Traveler errors, and 1 man left on the bases. Travs 7, Hooks 6, going into the bottom of the 6th inning on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KTXE.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live, make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, We now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice. Education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discount you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Bottom of the 6th inning, and the Travelers clinging to a 7-6 lead by their fingernails. They will try to add to that lead here in the 6th inning. John Skaggs returns to the mound. Aaron Peel leads off. The first pitch, with the organist still playing, is in there for strike one. Frisbee continues to play. He doesn't realize that the game is continued. The 0-1 is low. 1 ball, 1 strike to Peel. 2 pitches, and the organist didn't even know that the game had continued. My goodness. 7-6, Travelers leading in the 6th inning. Peel is 1 for 3. Swings and fouls it in the air with third. Strike 2. Peel, Wood, and Brown here in the 6th inning. Skaggs over 2 innings somehow has given up just 1 run. He has allowed 5 base runners, hitting 3 batters, and allowing 2 base hits. The 1-2 pitch to Peel. Swing and a miss. It's in the dirt, but blocked by House. Steps inside the line and completes the strikeout 2-3 with an accurate throw. Brandon Wood up next for the Travelers. Final score out of St. Louis today. The Cardinals 7, Colorado 4. Albert Pujols at his 18th home run, leading all major leaguers. Jeff Suppan got the victory, his 4th. Isringhausen 10th save. Another homer by Juan Encarnacion, his 5th. Batter is Wood, and the pitch hits the dirt, ball 1. Wood today, strikeout in the first, 2-run double in the second, and a pop-out in the 4th inning. 1 for 3. Skaggs with a 1-0 to Wood. Curveball for strike 1. Final out of Philadelphia, the Phillies' 10-game winning streak is snapped against the Mets, 13-3. 1-1 to Wood. High fastball, 2-1. The Mets actually had a lead of 10-0 after 3 innings. Go on for a 16-hit affair. Phillies collected 4 errors. The 2-1 pitch, wide, ball 3 to Wood. Tom Glavine 5-2 after the victory. Corey Lytle 3-4 after the loss. It is 7-6 Arkansas here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1 out. Wood batting with a 3-1 count. Nobody on base. Step out of the box. Allen still loosening up in the pen for the hooks. Skaggs delivers the 3-1. Swing and a miss. It was in the dirt. 3-2. Detroit finished off Baltimore 6-3. Verlander, the 4th win of the season for him. Lopez drops to 1-5. Todd Jones saved his 7th. Brandon Inge and Curtis Granderson went deep for the Tigers. Detroit ends a 3-game losing streak. 3-2 to Wood. Pitch on the way. Fastball fouled straight back. Toronto beat Oakland 9-7. Jays utilized a 6-run first inning and held on the rest of the way. Here's the payoff to Wood. In the dirt, he takes the walk. So Brown comes up to the plate for the fourth time. Brown is 0 for 3 today. He is twice grounded out to third base and once popped up to shortstop. Right-hand batter against the righty Skaggs. This is the first walk that Skaggs has allowed. Remember, he's also hit 3 batters. Skaggs set, and there goes Wood running with a pitch which is low, and there won't be a throw as Wood takes the entire hook infield by surprise for his third stolen base of the year. And that erases the chance for the twin killing. Heads up base running by Brandon Wood. And Joe Slusarski comes out of the Corpus Christi dugout. He is walking to the mound, but walking briskly. Not too happy that Skaggs didn't even hold the runner on. It'll give us time to go through more of the scores. The Angels are now leading the White Sox in the bottom of the 7th, 6-3. Angels desperately need a victory today. Irvin Santana with 7 strikeouts in 6 innings. Garrett Anderson 1 for 3 with 3 RBIs. And Sean Figgins has scored a run and taken 2 walks. Meeting on the mound is complete. Lusarski jogs back into the third base dugout. Yankees leading Boston 7-3 at the top of the 9th. The boss went off on the Yanks after they were trounced yesterday by the Red Sox at Yankee Stadium. Brown waiting. It's a 1-0 count. Skaggs is ready. Delivers, and it's popped up on the right side. Foul ground. Fagan streaking halfway to the warning track, puts on the brakes, and makes the catch. And Brown is 0 for 4 after the foul out. Florida pummeling Atlanta in the 9th inning, 11-1, 17 Marlins hits, and only 5 for the Braves. Joe Borchert hit his first home run as a Marlin. Miguel Cabrera and Mike Jacobs have also gone deep. Cincinnati holding on to a 9-6 lead over Washington, bottom of the 8th. In Cincinnati, Nick Johnson, Marlon Byrd homer for the Nats. Adam Dunn hit his 13th for the Reds. Milwaukee and San Diego in the first inning. Houston and the Dodgers in the first inning. And the Cubs and the Giants just underway. That'll be it for John Skaggs. Dave Clark is making a pitching change. It's a call to the bullpen brought to you by the new AT&T. Talk, surf, watch, go, and save. Do it all and get it all with services from the new AT&T. Your world delivers. New pitcher is Blake Allen. We'll have a 60-second break. 7-6 Travelers in the 6th inning on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KGXE.
Kirk Woolsey, we happen to know that you are the world's worst backseat driver, which means, Kirk, that you like to be in control. So check out ATT.com. You can see all our best deals, like 12 months of true high-speed internet for just $12.99 a month when you order online. If you switch from your old cable company, you can get 3 months free. And with AT&T Account Manager, you can see your account activity, add services, and pay your bills online, all in one place. So that's Kirk's world. For everybody who's not Kirk, if ATT.com can deliver online control to him, it can do the same for you. Switch to the new AT&T at ATT.com, and you'll be in the driver's seat, as long as you're not riding with Kirk. SBC is now the new AT&T. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Taxes, other charges, and federal universal to the cost recovery fiesta. High-speed internet will credit applied after 3 months paid service and excludes FUSF cost recovery and other fees. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-416-6471 toll-free or visit AT&T.com for other details. Not available in all areas.
For the second time this series, the Arkansas Travelers see Blake Allen, who is brought on in a situational spot, left-handed pitcher to face a left-hand batting Jason Espedo. Espedo has the situation in front of him such as this. Brandon Wood is at second base with 2 outs, and the Travelers leading the Hooks by a 7-6 score. And Espedo has had a hand in 3 of the last 8 runs scored by the Travs. Solo homer yesterday for the only Arkansas run. Started the 3rd with a home run to right center. Hit by a pitch in the 5th and later scored. Those the last 2 Traveler runs have been scored by Espedo. And he's got a duck on the pond right now. Wood is not held on. The shortstop Zobrist closest to him, but playing off the base. Pitch on the way, and Espedo takes ball 1 low and outside. Blake Allen, 6'2", 205 pounds from Humble, Tennessee. Out of the bullpen for the 11th time this year. 1 win, no losses. 4.02 ERA. It's to Espedo in the dirt, ball 2, blocked by House. Allen has given up 19 hits in 15 and 2/3 innings, 7 walks and 15 strikeouts. Holds left-handers to a 192 batting average. Meanwhile, Espedo hits .346 against lefties. 2-0 count. Pitch on the way. Allen left it high. Ball 3. Nobody's warming up in the Corpus bullpen, so even if Allen allows Espedo to walk and the right-handed batting Wilson on deck, there are 3 left-handers to follow in Porter, Pauly, and Rodlin, and so Allen will stay on. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Espedo swings and misses at a pitch that would have handcuffed him, and if he would have made contact, he wouldn't have done much with it. You try to pigeonhole it on a 3-0 count, and if it's right where you're looking for it, you go after it, but Espedo looked like he had decided he was swinging at anything near the strike zone. The 3-1 pitch. A strike on the inside corner. Allen maybe got that curveball on the inside black. Really nice pitch there. Could have gone either way, though. 3-2. Big hole on the right side of second for Espedo. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out after being ahead 3-0. Allen comes all the way back and strikes out Espedo to strand a runner at second base. And the Travelers go with no runs in the 6th inning and no base hits. 6 are in the books. We go to the 7th. Travelers leading 7-6 over Corpus Christi on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
When you're over your head in debt, you really pay for it. Late fees, service charges, over-the-limit penalties, but Care One Credit Counseling Services can help change all that. Just call them now at 1-800-676-9604. Agencies offering Care One Credit Counseling work to get those extra charges waived, interest rates lowered, even help consolidate your bills into one lower monthly payment. Their average client saves 30% in payments every month. Best of all, Care One counselors are dedicated to helping consumers, not hassling them. You're always treated with respect. So stop paying extra for falling behind. Start getting ahead today with Care One. Call now for your personal debt analysis at 1-800-676-9604. Licensing details are available. Get out of debt and get on with your life. Gather your bills and call Care One now. 1-800-676-9604. That's 1-800-676-9604. Call Care One now. 1-800-676-9604.
During the week, I'm a mechanic.
John Martin, Max Life Motor Oil user.
On the weekends, we race off-road, and I end up working on cars there, too. I've got a little truck I drive to the races. The engine really used to smoke when I started it up. Max Life Oil greatly reduced the smoke. 198,000 miles, and she's still going.
Valvoline Max Life Motor Oil has added ingredients that reduce oil burnout by conditioning engine seals. At 75,000, time to switch to Max Life.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back to Little Rock after 6 innings of play. We've had a change on the field for the Arkansas Travelers. Brent Del Chiaro comes on to replace Bobby Wilson. Wilson, who had walked off the field in the 5th inning holding on to one of his wrists. I believe it was his left wrist that may have been hurt while he slid into second base. So Wilson will leave the game, and the Travelers bring on Brent Del Chiaro to catch the rest of the way. So Del Chiaro will take over in the number 6 spot in the batting order. And Bobby Wilson finishes today 1 for 2, also hit by a pitch. That's the only change for the Travelers. They still lead the ball game heading into the 7th by a score of 7-6. And hopefully Bobby Wilson is okay and can come back and catch on Saturday in the doubleheader against Tulsa. Back on the mound is Alan Buckley. Ben Zobrist leads off and takes a strike over the outside corner, 0-1. Zobrist, the number 2 hitter in the order for the Hooks, is 1 for 3 with an RBI double. Switch hitter batting left-handed. Buckley's pitch is low, and it is 1-1. There is action in the Traveler pen at the start of the inning. Right-hander getting ready. That's Rich Thompson getting loose. He's the Trav closer. Might come on here in the 7th. Who knows? Maybe come on in the 8th. Buckley ready with a 1-1. Lerv low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pence and House will follow, so Buckley going through the meat of the order. And apparently that pitch hit the batter in the dirt. Buckley threw a curve into the dirt, The plate umpire, Alfred Del Vecchio, points to first base and allows Zobrist to take the bag. And now time called by the plate umpire. He asks for one of the base umps to come over and help him out. And the third base umpire mouth says the pitch didn't hit him. And now Dave Clark wants another explanation. Clark has not been very happy with the umpiring today or throughout the entire series. He's already lost his second baseman, Josh Boniface, to ejection. And Clark feels like the pitch did hit Ben Zobrist and that the plate umpire should have made the call and stayed with it. The umpire asked for help, and Zobrist will stand back into the plate with a 2-1 count, but Clark is not going to go quietly. He even backs up to his third base area at the coach's position and still shouts. It's 2-1 on Zobrist. Buckley's pitch is a strike at the knees, 2-2, and Zobrist turns back to the plate umpire and shouts at him. Zobrist didn't argue when the plate umpire told him to get back to the plate. It didn't look like the pitch hit him anyway. Well, let's see what happens if Buckley retires him. Zobrist will step out again. 7-6 Travelers. Nerves starting to fray. Buckley with a 2-2 into the dirt, and that didn't hit Zobrist. The count is full. 6 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Hooks. They've stranded 4. Travelers, 7 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors, and 7 men stranded. Full count to start the inning to Zobrist. The payoff, swing and a miss. He struck him out with a slider. 1 away in the 7th inning. That's the first leadoff man the Traveler pitcher has set down since the 4th inning. One away in the 7th, and the strikeout for Alan Buckley is the 18th of his season in 20 1/3 innings. Hunter Pence stands in 0 for 3 with 3 groundouts. Hasn't had a base hit since his home run of the first inning yesterday. First pitch peppered at the knees, right down the middle of the plate, strike 1, and Pence steps away from the batter's box. His Corpus Christi team has clearly let the plate umpire get in their heads. Frustration with the strike zone is one thing, but continued griping is another. 0-1, driven by Pence to deep left field. It's got a chance to go. It is gone. He's tied the game with a home run into the scoreboard. Hunter Pence has homered for the 3rd consecutive game, and once again the Travelers are unable to hold on to what was a 4-run lead earlier. It is a 7-7 score. This is a Traveler team that time and time again comes back from down by 3. They came back from down by 6 and won a game earlier this year, almost completed an 8-run comeback. But this has got to be the 7th or 8th 4-run lead that the Travelers have not been able to hold. Here's a pitch to J.R. House, strike 1 to the knees, 0-1. So, tie game at the top of the 7th inning on Pence's 9th home run of the season. House homered back in the 1st inning, a 2-run shot. He has struck out both times since then. Homer off Buckley is the 3rd he's allowed. And Rodriguez gets a no decision. The 0-1 pitch to House is low, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. I think the theme to the season this year for the Travelers, folks, is don't leave before the 9th inning because no game is over until the last out. Pitch is grounded hard and stopped by Wood in the hole at short, but it kicks off his glove and goes into left field. It'll be a 1-out single for J.R. House. And that is the 11th base hit for the Corpus Christi Hooks. They got the go-ahead run aboard for Osvaldo Fernando. Fernando collected a single in the 6th inning and would score. He is 1 for 2 since taking over for Josh Bonifay. Pitch bunted, foul, strike 1. So Rafael Rodriguez goes 5 1/3, gives up 6 runs on 8 hits, no decision for the 2nd straight start. And Talbot, the starting pitcher for the Hooks, who allowed 6 runs but only 1 earned in 3 innings, he also gets a no decision. 1 away in the 7th inning, a run home on the homer by Pence. House leads from first. Porter holds a short lead. Brown comes up at third base. The pitch is swung on and missed by Fernando. Strike two. Thompson no longer really throwing with any purpose in the bullpen. He's just throwing a pitch every couple of minutes to stay loose. Here's the 0-2. Tap to the mound. Buckley plays it. Throws to second. Wood relays to first, and it will not be in time. Force out at second, 1-3. 1-6. Fernando on the fielder's choice at first base. 2 outs. Walter Young coming up. 7-7 tie in the 7th inning. Browns at 1 point led 6-2. Young is 0 for 3, has struck out twice and grounded to first. Big left-hand batter hovering over the plate. Here's the pitch from Buckley. Outside, ball 1. And a mammoth matchup of two large fellows. Alan Buckley, 6'5". But he even gives, let's see here, about 60 or 70 pounds to the 6'5" Walter Young. It's a 1-0 count. Pitch on the way. Curveball ripped deep to the gap in right center field. It's going to hit the fence, and Bacon cannot play it clean. It rolls away from him, and here comes Fernando around third. Here comes the throw to the plate. Not in time, and Corpus Christi takes the lead on a double by Walter Young. The ball was smashed by Young to the shell billboard in right center. Dwayne Bacon tried to play it off the fence, but it bounced away from Bacon towards center field. That cost him the chance to get the out at home. So 2 runs have scored in the 7th inning for the Hooks. It's 8-7 Corpus Christi. Jared Sandberg now standing in as the Hooks have scored 6 runs since the start of the 5th inning. Sandberg drove in one of them and scored another in the 6th. Right-hand batter, Young leading away from second. The pitch is driven in the air to deep center field. It's going back to the wall, and it is gone. It's a 2-run homer for Jared Sandberg, and the implosion continues. It'll be 10-7 on Sandberg's 3rd home run of the year. 4 runs have scored in the 7th inning, and Corpus Christi not only has come back from down by 4, but they have now scored 7 of the last 8 runs in the game. That's it for Buckley. Gives up 2 home runs here in the 7th. And once again, the Traveler bullpen not only does not hold on to a lead, but they find themselves trailing by 3 runs. This is not the first time it happened. This is not the second time it's happened. Big weakness on the team. The Traveler bullpen is unable to hold on to leads time and time again. Rich Thompson will try to get some outs here in the 7th inning. 10-7 Hooks. Back after 60 seconds on Air America Little Rock, 1380.
This is for Laura. Laura, what's up with those CDs you borrowed from Mariana and never gave back, huh? Listen, if you need music, sign up with the new AT&T. Get digital satellite TV so you can watch concerts, and high-speed internet so you can get the music you want fast. And give Mariana her CDs back. All that, plus local and long distance for under $90. So that's Laura's world. For everybody that's not Laura, if we can deliver options to her, we can deliver the right plan for you, too. Digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and local and long distance for under $90. Add Singular Wireless and save even more. Call 1-800-PICK-ATT or visit thenewATT.com today. Oh, and Mariana, you're welcome. SBC, now joined with AT&T, proud sponsor of the 2006 U.S. Olympic team. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Taxes, other charges, and the Federal Universal Service cost recovery fee extra. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-270-0397 toll-free or visit att.com plus bundle details. Not available in all areas.
The third Traveler call to the bullpen over the last inning and 2/3 brought to you by the new AT&T. Turn a double play with AT&T Yahoo high-speed internet. Make calls and access the internet at the same time using just one line. The new AT&T, your world delivered. Corpus Christi has delivered 8 runs since the start of the 5th inning. Rich Thompson will try to get some outs here in the 7th. He inherits nobody on base, 2 outs, and 4 runs have scored here in the 7th for the Hooks. Hunter Pence tied the game with a home run to left field, a solo shot. Walter Young's double put the Hooks in front, and now Jared Sandberg's 2-run homer has make it a 10-7 Corpus Christi lead. Rich Thompson faces Cortez, and he fouls the first pitch away, strike 1. Thompson, who has pitched very well in 10 games, 1 win, no losses, 2.41 ERA. He's been the top reliever for the Travs this season. And here's his 0-1 to Cortez. Swing and a miss on the fastball, strike 2. 10 runs on 13 hits for the Hooks. 7 runs on 9 hits for the Travs. Corpus Christi has broken it out over the last 3 innings. Been unbelievable to watch. Here's the 0-2. Cortez let it go outside, ball 1. Alan Buckley went an inning in the 3rd, surrendering 5 hits and 4 runs. All those runs are earned. Walked nobody, struck out 1, and allowed 2 homers. Here's the 1-2 from Thompson. It's a high fly ball into left center, not well hit. Heel cuts it off and makes the catch. And the 7th inning is over for Corpus Christi, but they rally for 4 runs on 4 hits. And the Hooks take the lead into the 7th inning stretch, 10-7 on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Sid Gutierrez had a childhood much like you'd expect growing up in 1960s New Mexico. A lot of sun, a lot of sky, and a lot of dreams about what you might be when you grow up. After school, many of Sid's friends went on to work for local factories and businesses. Some moved away, but none moved as far away as Sid. Sid Gutierrez is recognized as the first Hispanic to pilot a space shuttle, and he's a member of the International Space Hall of Fame. But before he went into space, he went to Webster University. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
Hitting on the way, and you can catch the Travs online at www.travs.com. The Arkansas Travelers have one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Travs game stories, up-to-date stats, and Texas League standings. You'll be informed about the Travs online at travs.com. Purchase tickets, Travs souvenirs, listen to the game. Hey, if you could buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, it'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.travs.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Travs have their work cut out for them now, trailing for the first time today, for the second time today, 10-7, going into the bottom of the 7th inning. Brent Del Chiaro leading off the 7th in place of Bobby Wilson, who was injured when he was hit by a pitch in the 5th inning. Wilson is sitting on the bench and apparently has been checked on by trainer Aaron Wells. So Del Chiaro's first at-bat leads off the 7th. Blake Allen, the left-hander, starts with a fastball inside. Wilson finished 1 for 2. He was hit by a pitch and had a single. Del Chiaro hitting 148. 2 homers, 4 driven in. Allen's pitch is a strike on the outside corner. He's now the pitcher of record for the Hooks. Faced 1 hitter in the 6th inning and struck out Jason Espino. Travs have stranded 7 men on the bases today. Del Chiaro takes a pitch way outside, ball 2. Travelers left a runner at third base in the 1st. They got him there with nobody out, didn't score him. 2nd inning, Travelers left a runner at second base. Here's the 2-1. Del Chiaro takes outside, ball 3. Travs had a men at 2nd and 3rd and nobody out in the 4th inning, failed to score. Stranded men in scoring position, 2 of them in the 5th, and another one in the 6th. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So while the Travs have scored 7 runs on 9 hits, a couple of fly balls here and there may have equaled at least 2 more runs. 3-2 to Del Chiaro. Swing and a miss on a fastball. And Allen strikes out his 2nd batter in a row. 1 away in the 7th, bringing Greg Porter to the plate. Corpus Christi rallying 3 consecutive innings, totaling 8 runs since the start of the 5th. on 10 base hits. Corpus Christi had only 2 runs on 3 hits through 4 innings and have busted it out since the start of the 5th. It's almost like what happened on Monday when the Travelers had a 4-0 lead after the second, had a 5-4 lead in the 5th, and ended up losing 15-5. Porter, the batter, he's 0 for 2. And they pitch to Greg, hit in the air to deep right field. Going back is Pence to the warning track, and the ball's going to hit the fence. Pence picks it up and keeps Porter to a single. I'll tell you what, the right fielder Pence and the center fielder Josh Anderson have put on a clinic on how to field balls off the right field fence. Not a single time has the ball rolled away from one of the visiting outfielders off that right or center field wall. The difference between Porter being at second and being at first base is Pence playing the ball off the wall perfectly. So that's Greg's first hit of the game now on an 8-game hit streak. Matt Pauley, the batter, and he'll take a strike on a slider, 0-1. Lefty on lefty. Here's a right-hander getting ready in the Corpus bullpen. It's Aaron Williams. So Allen, who's really brought on to face the lefty, will face Pauley and then Rodlin and then probably come out of the game. 0-1 the pitch. And it's low to Pauley, 1 ball, 1 strike. Matt is 0 for 3, but he's been on base twice. Reached on an error in the second and on a fielder's choice in the 5th. He scored 1 run. Porter, average lead. Allen gives him a look, delivers the pitch, and it's flared over shortstop. Zobrist going back. He makes the catch, and Porter will hustle back to first with no throw. Zobrist had to turn his body around, looking over both shoulders before making that grab. 2 outs in the 4th. 2 outs in the 7th. And still only 1 man on for Rodlin. Rodlin has had a perfect day at the plate. A couple of RBI singles, and he's been hit by a pitch. First delivery, down the pike, strike 1. Corpus Christi leading by 3. Here's Allen's pitch. Rodlin a high fly over left field, slicing away from Cortez to foul territory, and it lands behind the catcher warming up. Williams in the visiting pen, and the count is 0-2. Travs down by 3. This is a deficit they've been able to make up a bunch of times. This game is not over. The question is Corpus Christi finish scoring? The 0-2 pitch is outside to Rodlin, ball 1. Rodlin's RBI single in the 5th inning put the Travs ahead by 3. Corpus Christi has scored the last 6 runs. Delivery, runner going. Skips into the plate, away from House, behind now. Porter makes the turn at second, tries for third. The throw into third base, he is out. Oh, he's safe at third base. The throw beat him there. I don't know how Greg got around the tag. The third base umpire saw something and says Porter is safe at third. So it'll be a 2-base wild pitch charged to Allen. Greg sort of hesitated as he made the turn from second, almost thrown out at third. Two balls, 2 strikes on Rodlin. Dwayne Bacon on deck. Allen trying to complete the 7th inning. And here's the pitch. Rodlin swings, broken bat, kicked by the pitcher, ricochets slowly to the second baseman. Fernando's throw is not in time, and Porter scores on the infield single. Well, Allen made a kick save, but he could not save the run. In fact, him kicking it may have meant the play was a little bit tougher for the second baseman, Fernando, because he had to come in after charging up the middle and trying to make a backhand play behind the bag. He had to come in and really had no chance for the play. So Rodlin, a perfect 3 for 3 with 3 runs batted in. It's now 10-8 Corpus Christi. Dwayne Bacon will come up, but not before J.R. House walks to the mound to talk with Allen. Williams still warming up in the Corpus bullpen. You've got Bacon as switch hitter. He bats on the right side against the left-hander. Aaron Peel is the next man, and he starts a string of 3 consecutive right-handed batters, so this would be the final man that Allen faces with Williams ready to go. Bacon 3 for 4. Throw over to first base by Allen, and Rodman is back in. Bacon with 2 singles, 1 double, scored a run back in the second, but struck out in his last at-bat. Sandberg even at third base. Here's a pitch down the middle, strike 1. Against left-hand pitchers, Bacon hitting .226. Not much better against righties. He's hitting .222 against them. Allen steps off and holds the ball high. Rodman slowly walks back into first base. 10-8, Corpus Christi leading in the 7th inning. Trav batting, 2 outs, 1 run home. Here's the 1-0 to Bacon, and that is low, and it is 1 ball and 1 strike. Rodman taking a short lead, held on by Fagan. Pitch on the way. Strike 2 called. Snap throw to first by House, and it skipped up to first base. Didn't have much on it. Rodman got back in. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Bacon. 2 outs in the 7th. Travelers trying to rally back from down by 3 after having a 6-2 lead in the 4th. Here's a 1-2. Strike 3 looked at on the outside corner, and the inning is over. Travs managed 1 run in the second on 2 hits, and they strand a man at first base. 7 innings are in the books. Going into the 8th, it's 10-8 Corpus Christi over the Travelers on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Ameripride Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. Ameripride features a wide range of high-quality custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an Ameripride consultant. Also specializing in the finest quality table linen, rental mats, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for Ameripride. Ameripride, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas Travelers.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like Park, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
Liberal progressive radio. It's kind of like a dream come true. Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE North Little Rock.
Getting chillier by the moment here in central Arkansas. Phil Elson with you on Air America Little Rock, 1380. Top of the 8th inning, Corpus Christi 10 and Arkansas 8. We're down to 61 degrees and dropping by the moment. Rich Thompson, second inning of work. He faced 1 batter in the 7th, getting a fly out to left field. John Fagan starts the 8th for the Hooks, the number 9 batter. And a pitch on the way from Thompson. Right down the middle for strike 1. Fagan 2 for 3, delivered an RBI single in the 6th inning. Every single Corpus Christi player that has started has collected at least 1 base hit. They have 13 on the game. Fagan with a high fly, shallow right. Pauly is there, and he makes the catch for the out. That'll bring up Josh Anderson. Recapping this game, and I'd say good luck to recap it correctly with all the craziness that's happened here. Corpus had a 2-0 lead in the first on a home run by J.R. House off Rafael Rodriguez. Travelers took advantage of a missed play by the second baseman Josh Bonifay in the second to score 5 unearned runs. Back-to-back 2-run doubles by Aaron Peel and Brandon Wood did most of the damage, and the Hooks lost their second baseman Bonifay to an ejection after making contact with the umpire. Here's Anderson bunting to third, barehanded by Brown, whips it to first in time for the out. Beautiful play by Brown. Anderson is robbed by Brown for the second day in a row on a bunt. And only the third time that Anderson has been retired today. He's 2 for 5. Put a star next to Brown's name for that fine play. So the Travs had a 5-2 lead after the second inning, and then led 6-2 after Espito's leadoff homer in the third. Rich Thompson now facing Zobrist. First pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Zobrist is 1 for 4 with an RBI double in the fifth. Looked like the Travs would hold the lead at least for a while. Rodriguez pitched very well from the second, third, and the fourth innings, but did not make it through the sixth. Zobrist swings and misses at a curveball from Thompson, strike 2. Zobrist and Josh Anderson collected RBI doubles in the fifth inning, and then 2 runs scored in the sixth for the Hooks on a couple of Traveler errors and singles by Sandberg and Fagan. And the Hooks took the lead, scoring 4 runs in the seventh, 3 of those runs on homers. Pitch from Thompson low to Zobrist, ball 1. Pence tied the game in the seventh with a 1-out solo shot. Sandberg 2-run homer off Alan Buckley in the seventh made it 10-7, but the Travs got a run in the seventh on Eric Rodlin's third hit. The pitch to Zobrist is a slider, almost hit him on the shoe. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So 2 innings to go in this wacky series. Travs won the opening game on Sunday, an 8-3 final, but the Hooks have won the last 2. 2-2 pitch. Zobrist swings, a bouncing ball to the hole at second. Rodlin ranges into the hole, makes the play. Porter hustles back, and the throw is in time for a 1-2-3 inning. So the Hooks scored 8 runs on 10 hits in the fifth, sixth, and seventh. Rich Thompson comes on the eighth and gets 3 quick outs. Bottom of the eighth coming up. Still 10-8, Hooks in front on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
AgPro knows you're patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Leading off the eighth inning for the Arkansas Travelers, Aaron Peel goes up against a new hurler for the Hooks. Right-hander Aaron Williams enters the ball game, pitched yesterday. Right-hander to work against Peel with a fastball for strike 1. Peel is 1 for 4 with a 2-run double. We saw Williams pitch a scoreless 7th inning yesterday. Gave up a hit and a walk, no runs. Peel swings and misses. It was low, and the count is 0-2. Wood and Brown to follow. Travs down by a pair. 10-8 in the eighth. The 0-2 to Peel is outside, ball 1. Aaron Williams making appearance number 11 on the season. 1 win, 2 losses, and a 5.02 ERA. Pitch to Peel is off the plate outside, 2-2. Williams has struck out 10 and walked 3. 13 hits allowed in 14 1/3 innings. The 2-2 to Peel. Check swing on a slider. They appeal. And the first base umpire said he didn't go, so the count is full on Aaron. Travelers scored in the 7th inning on Eric Rodlin's third single of the game. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Field swings and hits a high fly ball in a shallow right center. Fernando, the second baseman, is out there, gives way to the right fielder. Pence streaks in, and Pence makes the catch for out number 1. Brandon Wood is up next for the Travs. Wood has delivered 2 RBIs today. He is 1 for 3 with a 2-run double in the second. Williams lines. Wood bunts it in the air. Williams makes the catch running towards third base. Maybe not such a bad idea by Wood because you've got to get him in on base to bring up the tying run. It's the first time I've seen Brandon try to bunt this season. But he bunted it in the air instead. So it'll be Matt Brown with 2 outs. Brownie 0 for 4 today. And a man on base in every one of his previous at-bats. And now he comes up with the bases empty. Williams goes to a slider for strike 1 as Brown was backing out of the box. Brownie thought he had timeout called, but apparently he did not. So it's 0-1 on Brown. Nobody on. 2 outs, and here's the 0-1 from Williams. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 2. Good velocity to the pitch under the knees. It's 0-2 on Brown. Williams delivers. And Brown takes low, close pitch there. Half the fielders for Corpus Christi were walking off. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Brown. Pitch on the way. Swinging a high fly, left center. Going back are Cortez and Anderson. Plenty of room. Anderson will make the call and the catch. Travs are done to the 8th. They go down 1-2-3. So the Hooks will come up in the 9th inning, leading 10-8 on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
It takes teamwork to be able to reach new goals in today's complex business environment. Each one of us should strive to be a step ahead and know how to compete in a rapidly changing world. The ITT Tech School of Business is about helping people prepare for the challenges of a competitive world. ITT Technical Institute School of Business, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
0 is for the 0 calories.
Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Top of the 9th inning, and Corpus Christi attempting to add to a 2-run cushion. 10-8 Hooks. 10 runs, 13 hits, 1 error for Corpus. Travelers 8 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors. Rich Thompson for his 3rd inning of work, facing Hunter Pence, who swings and fouls a pitch straight back. Pence's home run in the 7th inning tied the game 7-7. It was his only base hit of the game, and out of Pence's last 5 hits, 3 are homers, 2 are doubles. There's an 0-1, and that is low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pence, J.R. House, and Osvaldo Fernando here in the 9th. Thompson has retired all 4 men he's faced. Delivery. Look out. Pence had a dunk underneath the slider. And it is ball 2. 2-1. Jailen Peguero getting ready for the hooks in the bullpen. The 2-1 from Thompson. Swung on and drilled the other way. A rising line drive, and that ball's going to get out of here. Second home run in as many at-bats for Hunter Pence. He has now tied Reed Gurecki for the league lead with 10 home runs. 4 of those homers have come in 3 days. Pence sprints around the bases after homering for the second time today. It's now 11-8 Corpus Christi. They're back ahead by 3. Thompson delivers a pitch to J.R. House, which is popped out of play behind the plate, strike 1. That is the second home run that Thompson has allowed this year. Hunter Pence is just hitting them off everybody. Just a few days ago, Pence had hit only 5 home runs. He's now homered 5 times on this road trip. The 0-1 is a slider inside the house. 1 ball, 1 strike. Thompson's 1-1 pitch from the windup, a slider, strike 2. 14 base hits for Corpus Christi today. Remember, they had 19 hits on Monday. Here's the 1-2. House swings and misses and strikes out on a Thompson slider. 1 away in the 9th inning, bringing up Osvaldo Fernando. Hunter Pence is not just exploding onto the Texas League scene here without people knowing who he is around baseball. Power hitting prospect with speed, with a strong throwing arm. Fernando swings and misses at a fastball, strike 1. He's 1 for 3 since coming on in the game in the 3rd. Pence hit 31 home runs last year, 25 at low single-A Lexington, and 6 in the Carolina League at Salem. 0-1 pitch to Fernando. Fouled at the plate, strike 2. Pence, who leads all outfielders in the league with 6 assists, threw out 11 base runners last year. So got that track record at single-A, duplicating it here at double-A. 0-2 from Thompson. Fernando, a foul ball in the air, over first base, out of play. Corpus Christi has scored 9 runs since the start of the 5th inning. 4 of those runs have come on homers. The Hooks have hit 4 home runs today. House, Sandberg, and 2 by Pence. 0-2 pitch. High slider missing. Ball 1. Thompson takes and delivers. The 1-2. He strikes him out on the slider, swinging. Second strikeout in a row for Thompson. And the right-hander from Sydney, Australia, has now struck out 13 batters in 20 innings pitched. Here's Walter Young. Young is 1 for 4. He had the go-ahead hit with an RBI double to the top of the right center field wall in the 7th inning. Nobody on base. Thompson to work, winds up, delivers. Swing and a miss by Young on a fastball, strike 1. When the Travs battle the 9th inning, they'll start with Jason Esposito, followed by Brent Del Chiaro and Greg Porter. Peguero still getting ready in the Hooks pen. Here's Thompson's 0-1 pitch. Young takes high and outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Time called at the plate. Late umpire notices a baseball got loose from Peguero and have one of the Hooks relievers run out there and pick up the ball. No game tomorrow or Friday for the Travs. A couple of the guys will be flying back home. Most of the team will be spending it here in Little Rock before getting on the luxury liner Saturday morning for the double dip at Tulsa, which starts 6:05 Saturday evening. 1-1 to Young. Swung on a chopper to second base. Rodlin will make the play. And the flip to first will retire the side with the Hooks get another home run from Hunter Pence at the start of the inning. 1 run on 1 hit. And it's 11-8 Corpus Christi. Will go to the bottom of the 9th on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Back on April 13th, 1932, the Arkansas Travelers open their brand-new ballpark to thousands of breathless spectators. In Ray Winter Field 74 years as home of the Travs, it's been a breeding ground for big league talent. We've seen young men develop from fledgling minor leaguer to World Series hero and experience the highs of 9 league championships. Almost 9 million fans have spun through its turnstile. It's where we introduced our kids to the great game of baseball. We've brought dates to the bleachers and sat through rain delays with friends. We've grown up and grown older at Ray Winter Field. This is our ballpark. The Travs' new home, Dickey Stevens Park, will be ready by April 2007, and the team's future is bright. But Ray Winter Field has been a part of the fabric of life in Arkansas for 3/4 of a century. During the Travs' 2006 season, it's our chance to say goodbye to an old friend. Call 664-1555 or go to Travs.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Corpus Christi emptying out the pen. They bring on their 4th reliever and their 5th pitcher of the night. Jailen Peguero relieves Aaron Williams, who pitched the 8th inning. The pitcher of record for Corpus Christi is Blake Allen. Allen was on the mound in the 6th and in the 7th inning. Corpus Christi took the lead in the 7th for 4 runs, the biggest inning of the night, and the Hooks lead it by 3. So it is a save situation for Peguero, who has saved 7 on the season, ranking in a 3-way tie for second place behind the league leader Mark Burrell of Springfield. Jason Espedo will lead off the 9th. The numbers on Peguero are dazzling. He's allowed only a 180 batting average and a 123 ERA. Yesterday, he saved the Hooks win, striking out the side in the 9th. And it is Espedo, Del Tiaro, and Porter to bat in the 9th inning. Espedo first. He is 1 for 3, a home run and 2 strikeouts, and has been hit by a pitch. He swings and misses at the first offering over top of curveball, strike 1. Peguero has a 90-plus fastball and a very good slider, tight late break to it. And the 0-1 pitch is outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Peguero from the stretch at all times. He kicks, delivers, a slider, a broken bat flare, base hit over the first baseman's head. Pence races over and cuts off the ball. It'll be a single for Espedo, and his second base hit of the night. So the tying run comes on deck for the Travs. Brent Del Tiaro will stand in next. Del Tiaro has had 1 at-bat today, filling in for Bobby Wilson, who injured his wrist getting hit by a pitch in the 5th. Del struck out in the 7th inning. Peguero from the stretch. Checks Espedo, throws the pitch, and Del swings through a fastball, strike 1. 2 homers on the year for Del Tiaro. Now those 2 homers have come out of 4 hits on the year. He is 4 for 28. And here's an 0-1 from Peguero. Up high, 1-1. Greg Porter is on deck, then Matt Pauley. Eric Rodland would bat 5th in this inning. And Rodland has delivered 3 hits and 3 RBIs. Peguero comes set. Right-hander deals. Del swings and misses at the slider. Strike 2. Peguero only listed at 6 feet tall. He's more like 5'10", 5'9". 190 pounds, 23 years old, from the Dominican Republic. Ahead on Del Tiaro, 1-2. Pitch on the way. Slider hit high by Del Tiaro to deep left field. Back as Cortez has room and makes the catch at the warning track. Boy, Del Tiaro met that slider almost perfectly, but was unable to ride it to the top of the fence. 1 away in the 9th inning. Going over to Greg Porter now. Porter extended a hit streak to 8 games with a single off the right field fence in the 7th inning. Then he scored the last Traveler run on the Rodland infield hit. Big lefty. Here's the pitch from Peguero. High fastball, 1-0. Corpus Christi trying to get out of Little Rock with 3 wins in 4 games. Travs won the last series they played 2-1. Hooks leading 11-8 of the ninth. 1-0 to Porter in the dirt, but he swings and misses. Strike 1. Hits for the Hooks, 12 for the Arkansas Travelers. Trouble offensively today. Too many men left in scoring position. Porter with a 1-1 count. Peguero delivers the pitch, and it's a slider hit on the ground, foul outside first. Strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes to Porter. Pauly on deck. 11-8 Corpus Christi. The Hooks have scored 9 of the last 11 runs in this game. Travs led 6-2 following the first 3 innings. Throw to first, not in time. Espedo is back. Peguero with the ball behind his back hits the sign. The 1-2 to Porter. High fastball evens the count, 2-2. Peguero has given up only 2 runs this year in 14 2/3 innings. It would take 3 runs to tie into the ninth. The 2-2 pitch. Porter swings and stays alive. Taps it foul off the catcher. Still evened up, 2-2. Travs rallied for 5 runs in the second inning, managing only 3 runs since. 1 in the third, 1 in the fifth, 1 in the seventh. Here's the 2-2. Broken bat pop-up left side of the infield. Foul ground. Sandberg straddles the line and makes the catch in fair territory. 2 outs. And the Travs down to their final out of this homestand. Matt Pauly will come up next for the Travs. He's got to get on base and bring up Rodland, who would represent the tying run. Hooks 11, Travelers 8, 2 outs, bottom 9. Pauly is 0 for 4. Has been on base twice with an error and a fielder's choice. Peguero, 1 out away from his 8th save, throws the pitch. Pauly takes a strike on the outside corner. Nothing in 1 to Pauly, who popped up to short his last time up. Infield is deep. Given the hole at short. Espedo leads from first, held on by Fagan. The 0-1 is low, 1-1 to Pauly. One ball, 1 strike on Matt, left-hand batter against the right-hander Peguero. Trying to save it for Allen. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss at a slower breaking ball. Strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes on Pauly. 2 outs, 9th inning. Travelers in danger of falling for the 3rd straight game. They would fall to 13-19. Peguero ready. Kicks, delivers. Fastball popped out of play down the left field line. And a slice over the visiting bullpen. Still 1-2 on Pauly. Homestand started with a lot of promise for the Travs. They had won 2 of the first 3 games of this series. But back-to-back losses to the Hooks, and Corpus is 1 out away from making it 3 in a row. Another 1-2 pitch on the way to Pauly. Jumps away from a fastball, 2-2. Espedo singled to begin the inning. Del Chiara was struck out. Porter popped out. Now it's 2-2 on Pauly. Peguero set. Here's the pitch. Slider is high. And the count is full. Rodlin on deck. He would represent the tying run if he comes up. Then after him is Dwayne Bacon. Peguero has walked 6. Struck out 24 on the year. House backs up at first. Espedo will run with the pitch. Here it is. Fouled into the ground. Pauly swung at a pitch that was around the fence. It's tough to lay off some stuff from Peguero because he throws that fastball so hard, but the slider is actually his best pitch. True closer has got 2 tough pitches and seems to be confident in both of them. Pauly fighting to stay alive here in the 9th. If he reaches base, the Travs have the chance they're looking for. Another payoff pitch. Swinging a hard grounder to first and played by Fagan. He'll walk the bag himself. The unassisted putout of Pauly ends the 9th inning and ends the ball game. The Travelers lose to Corpus Christi in highly disappointing fashion. Final score, Corpus Christi 11 and Arkansas 8. The Hooks take 3 of 4 in the series, winning the final 3 games by scores of 15-5, 4-1, and 11-8. Blake Allen is the winning pitcher. Meanwhile, the loss goes to Alan Buckley, save for Jailen Peguero. Corpus Christi is 19-13 after the win. Arkansas Travelers are 13-19 after the loss. Well, the final totals and the recap next. It's been Arkansas Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with Deductible Rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible awards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I take a sip, I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, stay with me. What's your name?
Robert.
Okay, Robert, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight down to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Open one, take a sip, and everything should be right back to normal.
Okay.
Don't worry, Robert. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball. It's time now for the Allstate Insurance post-game show. Once again, here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Phil Elson.
Back on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE. Phil Elson with you for your Allstate Insurance post-game report. We'll get to the unofficial final totals here, beginning with the Corpus Christi Hooks. Hooks scored 11 runs on 14 hits, commit 1 error, and strand 4. And the Arkansas Travelers scored 8 runs on 11 hits, 12 hits. They strand 9 and committed 2 errors. The winning pitcher is Blake Allen. His record 2-0. Alan Buckley takes the loss, falls to 1-2. Jailen Peguero saving it, his 8th of the year. First pitch to last pitch, 3 hours and 4 minutes in front of a paid crowd of 2,719. Recapping this ball game, things got out to a good start for the Hooks. A 2-run homer by J.R. House in the first inning off Rafael Rodriguez. House's 4th home run to make it 2-0 Hooks. Travs had a golden opportunity to score in the first inning as well. Dwayne Bacon had gotten to third base with 1 out. But Mitch Talbot struck out Brandon Wood and ended the inning, getting Matt Brown to ground out to third base. But the Travs got the window they were looking for in the second inning after 2 outs. Talbot walked Greg Porter, then Matt Pauly hit a routine grounder to the second baseman, Josh Bonifay. Bonifay booted the ball, allowing Pauly to reach and extend the inning. Eric Rodlin then singled up the middle, chasing Porter home and making it a 2-1 lead for the Hooks, followed by Dwayne Bacon's bouncer over the mound, which was fielded in back of second base by Bonifay, trying to flip to second base for a force out of Rodlin. Rodlin beat the throw, and the Hooks disagreed vehemently, arguing with one of the base umpires, Ralph Mouth, but it would go in favor of the Travelers anyway. Aaron Peel then stepped up and delivered a 2-run double down the third base line. Bacon almost thrown out at third base by Cortez, the left fielder, but Bacon slid in front of the tag and was called safe. Bonifay exploded at that moment and made inadvertent contact with the umpire and was ejected from the ball game. And so the Travelers would then bring up Brandon Wood, who also delivered a 2-run double to right center. So the Travelers
and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. Now, let's head to the ballpark for the ITT Tech pregame show. Here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Phil Elson.
Live from Little Rock, Arkansas Traveler Baseball is on the air. Hello again, everybody, and a very pleasant good evening to you. Welcome to Ray Winder Field, where tonight minor league baseball and the Texas League present the Arkansas Travelers and the Corpus Christi Hooks in Game 4 of a 4-game series. Live on Air America, Little Rock, 1380, and minorleaguebaseball.com. I'm Phil Elton for the Travelers broadcast tonight. Thanks for tuning us in. Travs will try to wrap up this 7-game homestand with a victory after losing yesterday by a final score of 4-1 to the Hooks. The Travs have now dropped their last 2 games to Corpus Christi after winning 3 in a row against what was the top team in the league when the Travs faced Corpus Christi last week. Yesterday, the Travs losing 4-1 in one of the only games this year where they just could not get that one base hit to drive in a couple of runs. Travelers left 12 men on base. 7 of them were stranded in scoring position, and the Travelers falling to a record of 13-18, while Corpus Christi jumps to 18-13. Today's game will be the last time that these two teams face each other until the second half of the season, and the Travelers send right-hander Rafael Rodriguez to the hill. His first look at the Hooks, his 4th start as a Traveler. He is 0-1 with a 10.38 ERA, but Rafi knocked that ERA down a good 4 points last time out in a no decision against San Antonio. Didn't give up more than his second run until the 6th inning and finished with 6 innings and 3 runs total. You should look for a pretty good start from Rafael Rodriguez tonight. On the hill for the Hooks is another right-hander, Mitch Talbot, 1 win, 2 losses, 3.86 ERA. Talbot making his 7th appearance of the year, and it's the first time the Travs get a look at him, a former second-round pick out of Cedar City, Utah. If you've been planning on coming out to the ballpark today, do not fret, folks. Yes, there are some scattered thunderstorms throughout the area, but as of right now, we just have a little bit of a dark cloud overhead. We should be in the clear to get this game in today. There will be some heavy winds, however. Not sure if they're going to be blowing in or blowing out, but it may have a little bit of an effect on the ball game today. But this is the last home game of this homestand. Free tickets available at Little Rock area Arby's, and so there's still some time to pick one of those up, bring it out to the ball yard, and get to see the Travs. We'll be heading out on the road for a 5-game series starting in Tulsa on Saturday, and won't be back to Little Rock until 1 week from today. It is the ITT Tech pregame show here on Air America, Little Rock, 1380 KDXE. Your potential can increase with a degree, and you can create your own career path with a degree from ITT Technical Institute in Little Rock. For details, just go online to itt-tech.edu. Coming up next on the pregame show, we'll check out all the games from the Texas League, all daytime action across the circuit, except here in Little Rock. It'll be right after this on Air America, Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live, make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Emergency hotline. Can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir. What's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I take a sip, I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir. Stay with me. What's your name?
Robert.
Okay, Robert, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight down to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Open one, take a sip, and everything should be right back to normal.
Okay.
Don't worry, Robert. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
My mother said no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. VC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take VC for stress, headache, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take VC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Asheboro AMC, and my pain reliever is VC.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Welcome back to Ray Winder Field, where the public address system is going through the starting lineups for the Travs and the Corpus Christi Hooks. We'll get the starting lineups for you in a couple of segments. You've got first pitch about 15 minutes away. Phil Elson with you here on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE, the ITT Tech pregame show. A reminder that earnings potential can increase with higher education. Chart a new career path with the help of an ITT Technical Institute program of study. To find out more, just go online to www.itt-tech.edu. Well, the Travs and the Hooks are the only two teams playing night baseball in the Texas League today. Getaway day across the circuit. And already a game been rained out. Springfield and San Antonio tried to wait 3 hours before starting their game to wrap up that four-game set. Well, they end up canceling it, and neither team will be able to make up that game. So Springfield, which had canceled the last game of the series with Corpus Christi last Saturday, and San Antonio, of course, they were canceled here in Little Rock on Saturday. Both the Springfield Cardinals and the San Antonio Missions will now just be playing 68 games in the first half of the season and will not make those two rainouts up. The other two games have already been completed. Tulsa lost their second straight. They carried a 5-3 lead going into the bottom of the ninth inning at Midland, where the Rockhounds rallied to 3 runs and go on to the 6-5 win over the Tulsa Drillers for Midland, their second straight win. They go to 20-13, while Tulsa drops to 17-16, and with Springfield idle today now, the Drillers lose a half game in the standings. They're 4 games in back of division-leading Springfield. Midland at 20-13, now 1 full game ahead of second place Corpus Christi. The Hooks entered today 18-13. Also in the South Division, Wichita defeated Frisco 9-4. The Rough Riders managing 3 errors in the ball game. D. Brown had the deciding hit. It was a home run in the 7th inning, his first home run since rejoining Wichita. Barry Armitage got the win, Jesse Chavez the loss, and Ryan Braun struck out 5 batters in 2 innings for his second save of the year. So Wichita now wins 3 straight. They have pulled to within 2 games of the Travs for third place in the North Division. They're still in last, however. Wichita is 12-21. Frisco loses for the 3rd straight game. They fall to 16-16 and 3.5 in back of the Midland Rockhounds. We'll keep you updated on, there are no games to keep you updated on since all the Texas League games have already been completed. Let's see how the Angels will be doing today. Angels lost yesterday and to the Chicago White Sox, who've now defeated them for the last 4 games that they've played this year. The Angels, who were in first place just about 2 weeks ago, have fallen into last in the American League West. 3 straight losses for the Halos. They're 14-20 and 4 games back of division-leading Oakland. Angels will send former Traveler Irvin Santana today against the White Sox on the south side of Chicago, and the last time Irvin pitched against the White Sox in the regular season, he threw a shutout against the White Sox, and that was his first Major League win. Hopefully, Irvin can get the Angels at least to stick in the game. Angels have had a lot of trouble scoring runs recently. Taking a look at how the minor league teams did for the AgPro Farm Report, checking the Angels minor league system. AAA Salt Lake was a 5-2 winner yesterday over Omaha, with Reggie Willits finishing 1 for 2 with a couple of runs batted in. He also scored a run. Jeff Mathis was 2 for 4 with a pair of doubles. Eric Ibar and Curtis Pride also had doubles. Casey Olenberger picked up the win. Former Traveler is 2-0 after limiting Omaha to only 3 hits in 6 innings. Struck out 3 and also walked 3. Down in the California League, Rancho Cucamonga suffered an 8-5 defeat at the hands of the Visalia Oaks. Nick Green took the loss for the Quakes, allowing 7 runs on 11 hits in 5 innings. He falls to 3-2. Quakes did collect 10 hits in the game, with Cliff Rameau collecting 3 of those base hits, and Josh LeBlanc hitting the only home run of the game for the Hooks, his first home run of the year. Down at Cedar Rapids in the Midwest League, the Colonels, 9-0 shutout win at Dayton. Nick Adenhart, a perfect 5-0 for the Colonels. The hard-throwing right-hander struck out 9 and allowed only 1 walk in 4 hits and 7 scoreless innings. Adenhart is 5-0 with a 1.65 ERA. Watch out for Nick Adenhart, folks. This kid is going to get up to Little Rock sometime over the next 2 years. Jordan Renz, Warner Madrigal, and Mark Trumbo all hit home runs for the winning Cedar Rapids Colonels. That is the Ag Pro Farm Report. A look around the Angels minor league system, brought to you by Ag Pro of Central Arkansas, located in Pine Bluff, Maumelle, Stuttgart, in England. Ag Pro is proud to feature outstanding John Deere products. In fact, you can sign up for a demo of some of John Deere's best equipment at Ag Pro's website, which is agprocompanies.com. Travelers and the Corpus Christi Hooks at Ray Winder Field today. Gray skies with a little patch of blue has come up overhead. It's going to be that way the entire night. So we are certainly expecting to get this entire game in, and shouldn't have too much of a problem. Scattered thunderstorms through the area, but as we know, it never rains at Ray Winder Field. Coming up next on the ITT Tech pregame show, we'll take a look around the major leagues. Plenty of scores have already gone down, and the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard comes up next on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better because 2 great companies have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and SBC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with voice services, digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and singular wireless. Learn more at thenewatt.com. Introducing the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell.
My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space.
I would not.
Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense.
Zero is for the 0 calories.
Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that?
I wish I could speculate on that, sir.
The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories. Hey, nobody said quitting smoking was easy, but others have done it, and you can too, with help from the SOS Quit line. 1-866-NOW-QUIT. They'll give you the help you need to kick the tobacco habit. It's free, and it's free of nagging and preaching too. So call 1-866-NOW-QUIT and get the help you need. What have you got to lose, besides the most dangerous habit you've ever had? 1-866-NOW-QUIT. Call now. We are Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE, North Little Rock.
Welcome back to the ITT Tech pregame show here on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE. Bill Elson with you as we take a look at the scores from across the major leagues. We'll get to those scores in just a moment, as we're about to have the singing of the Star Spangled Banner, and we don't want to get into that. Well, as we wait for the Travelers pitcher, Rafael Rodriguez, to come down the right field line, we'll give you the final scores. The Minnesota Twins defeated Texas 4-3, with Joe Nathan saving his 5th of the season. Kyle Lowe's defeating Vicente Padilla. Kansas City finishes a sweep of the Cleveland Indians with a 10-8 win at home over the Tribe. Angel Baroa and Aaron Guile going deep, while Ambiori Burgos picked up the victory in relief. And Moda, the loser for the Tribe, falls to 0-2. Tampa Bay shut out Seattle 1-0. A couple of left-handers duking it out. Scott Kazmir goes to 5-2 at the win. Jamie Moore the loss. And here's 1-3. Here's your Star Spangled Banner. Garfinkel banner at Ray Winters Field. And let's get to the rest of those scores. I mentioned Tampa Bay shut out Seattle 1-0. With Scott Kazmir going to 5-2, earning the victory over Jamie Moyer. Walker saving his fourth. St. Louis Cardinals defeated Colorado in the only final out of the National League. Albert Pujols hit his 18th home run of the season. 7-4 Cardinals with the win. Jeff Suppan is 4-2 after picking up the victory. And Jason Isringhausen saved his 10th. Cardinals did get a home run from Juan Encarnacion, his 5th of the season. Currently in progress, Boston over the Yankees.